loser.
You live in your mom's basement.
You probably have a 2-inch cock.
You sound like a white guy.
Congratulations.
For what?
You said you got a girlfriend.
You're probably a virgin.
So that's a no for Netflix and chill?
Fuck you!
So I'm curious. Tell me about your show. What do you talk about?
I talk about how women ain't shit.
Oh.
What's up, guys? It's your man, Donovan, Sharpe, and welcome to the 605th edition of TSR Live, your daily dose of Red Pill truth, wisdom, and awareness, and home of the #1 Red Pill podcast in the manosphere. As always, we are presented by Gorilla Mind Rush, the #1 non-habit-forming energy and focus supplement on the planet. Be super productive and laser-focused for hours with no crash and no jitters. Support your productivity and the show by going to donovansharpe.com/GorillaMindRush to get your hands on a few bottles. The link, of course, is in the description. We are streaming live in crystal clear 1080p to Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, VK, OK.ru, and of course, Sharpe Stream. So however you are watching, wherever you're watching from, thank you for making the Sharpe Reality Live a part of your daily routine. It is May 8th of 2020. Happy Friday, everybody. It is good to have you guys in today. I have quite the busy weekend planned for myself as it happens. First of all, I've got to build Devon's new workstation. Devon has started working for me part-time until she puts in her notice at her job. So I bought her a new desk, nice new chair, got her a nice new computer system. I'm actually giving her this, I'm giving her my iMac Pro when my other Mac Pro comes in. So we're going to be setting that up this weekend. Looking forward to that. I'm also going to start my gardening. I'm going to make my annual visit to Lowe's and Home Depot. Lowe's and or Home Depot, rather. I'm going to pick up, I don't know, man. Pick up some geraniums, maybe some hostas. Definitely marigolds. Marigolds are always a must in the TSR garden. Gonna get a few flower buckets, flower pails. So I'm looking forward to that. Definitely love gardening. I'm also gonna be starting the keto diet this weekend. I'm not able to get a mobile blood test for the plant-based diet experiment that I was gonna do, obviously because of the pandemic. So I'm gonna jump on the diet, shed a little bit of weight on the diet I know will help me to shed weight rather quickly. I'm actually got my weight vest in. I'm going to start training with a weight vest. So I'm looking forward to that as well. My workouts are going to start intensifying. So busy weekend. Busy weekend for your boy. Very much looking forward to being productive. I try to get as much rest as I can on weekends. As much rest as anyone could, possibly, ask for. But I've never really been one to just kind of sit around and just do nothing. I've got to be doing something. I have to be productive. Otherwise, I go absolutely fucking crazy. And then Devon's all, you work too much. Shut up, silence woman. The world is beginning to open back up. So I'm going to go ahead and give you guys my 3 rules for weekends, sex holidays, and so forth. Rule number 1, wrap your dick. Rule number 2, call an Uber. Don't drive drunk. Rule number 3, never forget to send her that morning after text. Few things in this world, gentlemen, can turn a man's life upside down like an unwanted pregnancy with a due date around Valentine's Day of next year if she gets pregnant tonight, a DUI charge, and or a false rape accusation. So, listen, take 8 collective minutes to save yourself 18 years, a $3,500 retainer, and north of $10,000 in lawyer fees. 8 minutes, guys. That's all it takes. Be smart out there, guys. Have fun. But be smart. Let me shout out my members here. Big Wuday Samaj is in the house. Good to see you in here. Thomas Munier, Matt Vasquez, Toon, Some Guy, JB84, Q-Dub, Ice Dragon Kid. Good to see you guys in here today. King Life, BK from the Rockies. One of the original TSR mods is in the house. Thomas Munier. C-Dub is in the house. C-Dub says, I can't wait for the Love is Blind reunion show breakdowns. Don Damage will be throwing flames for sure. Yes. Today is episode, after the show, will be episode 30, breakdown number 30 of the Love is Blind. So we've gotten through all the weddings, and now we're going to start the reunion show. So today is episode 30, breakdown number 30 of 31 of the Love is Blind breakdowns. And I am very, very much looking forward to breaking down the reunion show. Very much looking forward to that. Of course, You guys can be a part of that. If you are a patron, go to patreon.com/Donovan Sharpe. Again, that is patreon.com/Donovan Sharpe. If you guys want to watch that live or catch the replay, should be a lot of fun. Ace and Spades is in the house. Miami J is in the house. Good to see you in here. Big shout out. Huge shout out goes to Walker Jones with the $100 super chat. He says, you're my favorite red pill YouTuber because you don't just teach how to get laid. You give a roadmap on how to be a man and own a woman's soul. Sex is okay, he says, but knowing how to make a woman submit in all aspects and seeing it in her eyes is the peak. Thank you again. The pleasure, Mr. Jones, is all mine. I truly do love what I do. I actually did a show a little bit earlier with Myron Gaines, and we're just talking about he just started his YouTube channel. And oh by the way, you guys got to get your hands on Pandemic Pickup. That is a course created by Myron Gaines and Jonathan of Modern Life Dating. Rock solid intel in that. Going to teach you how to navigate the online dating world, text game, seeking arrangements game, things of that nature. But we were talking about how I was telling him how much work it is to create this kind of content on the regular. He's like, man, you're probably working 12, 15 hours a day. Guys, during the week, I'm probably working about 14 hours a day. Like, dude, from sun up till sundown, I am in. Obviously, I do different things, but I put in a lot of hours, but I love doing this. This is what I positively love to do. There's nothing like this. Like, I love doing this. So when I talk about working all these long hours, yeah, it can wear you out, but this truly is a labor of love. It truly is a labor of love. But yeah, listen, Walker, I appreciate the $100 super chat. I greatly, greatly appreciate that, and I try to pay that forward in every aspect. The more generous you guys are, the more upgrades I make around here. I like for you guys to see that when you invest in the show, or that when you invest in me, I invest in you. So those of you guys who have followed me over the years have seen steady upgrades in my surroundings, better quality microphones, all that stuff. And so I greatly, greatly appreciate you guys' generosity. Thank you very, very much. Walker Jones. Yeah, if you want to buy Pandemic Pickup, use my affiliate link. I'm putting it in the chat. I'm not sure if it's in the description, but I'm putting it in the chat as we speak right now. I, of course, got a new portable air conditioning. It actually zapped out my power yesterday during the Sharpe stream. So I'm going to have to work on getting that put on a different circuit so it doesn't short everything out and kick me offline. But at any rate, we should be good to go. Golden Resin is in the house. One of the new members, Robert Njuki. Hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. The Elusive says, amazing shows these last few days, Donovan. Red pill gold throughout. Thank you very, very much. Thank you very, very much. Nate Dogg, 1991 is in the house. Good to see you in here. As always, the Neg 1. Excellent, excellent. Well, guys, let us go ahead and get right to today's topic. In professional sports, it is often said that the best ability is availability. If you're a player who gets injured a lot, doesn't really matter how talented you are. Doesn't matter if your completion percentage is 75. Doesn't matter if you run a 4.240. Doesn't matter if you had 5 sacks the game before. None of that matters if you are unable to play, if you can't take the field. We here in Philly are very familiar with having a superstar quarterback who is often hurt in the form of Carson Wentz. Anyway, over the last 10 years or so, the NFL has really sort of taken kind of a different strategy when it comes to evaluating talent. Teams are now starting to evaluate the intangibles. What a player's attitude is like. What's he like upstairs? Is he crazy? Does he love football? Does he have a chip on his shoulder? Is he lazy? Is he entitled? Does he love football or the things that football can bring to him? Now, the Cleveland Browns and the Miami Dolphins notwithstanding, most teams are actually pretty good at evaluating talent. That's standard. All teams can see and measure speed. They can see and measure strength. They can see football acumen. They can tell if somebody has a good football mind. It's very easy to evaluate player X's tangibles and determine whether or not he'll make your roster. But the teams that have the most success are teams that are able to accurately evaluate the intangibles and then cultivate that player to be the best he can be. The most glaring example was the 1998 NFL draft. The Indianapolis Colts had the #1 overall pick. they could have picked either Ryan Leaf or Peyton Manning. Well, they found out that Ryan Leaf was a little bit crazy, kind of a little bit lazy, kind of a dickhead. And so they opted to go for Peyton Manning, which turned out to be the right decision because Peyton Manning is a surefire first ballot Hall of Famer, and Ryan Leaf is considered the biggest draft bust in NFL history. Pardon me. Any given player might be the fastest guy in the draft, but if he has a drinking problem or if he does drugs, he's probably not going to last that long in the league. Former Detroit Lions receiver Charles Rogers and Justin Blackmon, who's a receiver for the Jacksonville Jaguars, those two guys come to my mind immediately. Charles Rogers was the second overall pick back in 2003, but because of his hard living off the field, his career was only 3 years. And oh, by the way, Charles Rogers died last year at 38 years old. A quarterback might have a rocket arm and all the athletic ability in the world, but if he doesn't have good work ethic, he'll never have the ability to read NFL defenses. If he has a bad attitude, he's going to be a bad quarterback and a teammate. Again, Ryan Leaf and Jeff George are at the top of that list. All the physical talent in the world, a mess upstairs. Well, guess what, gentlemen? It's the same with women. It's very easy for us to evaluate a woman's attractiveness. We look at her and we decide in just a few seconds, do we want to fuck her or not? If she's in good shape, if she has ample breasts, if she has a shapely ass, if she has a flat stomach, we want to fuck her. All men are able to evaluate the tangibles that any given woman has or doesn't have. Standard operating procedure, right? But the men who are able to accurately evaluate the intangibles that a woman either does or doesn't have, those are the men who are the most successful with women and not getting got, if you guys know what I mean. These are the guys who rarely get burned. The guys who rarely suffer, the guys who suffer very little emotional or financial setbacks as a result of a bad relationship with a woman, if any at all. These are the guys who are able to correctly judge a woman, decide whether or not he wants to continue with her, and then further cultivate her good habits while mitigating her bad habits so that she can be the best woman she can be to him. And it begins and ends with recognizing the most important abilities a woman has to have to be considered as a potential training candidate for a red pill long-term relationship. And I want to drive that point home, guys. I want to make this distinction. These abilities are what you're looking for in a woman to train for a red pill relationship. Not the kind of relationship that most people have where cheating and bad behavior are rampant. If you're looking for a woman who's going to walk all over you, fuck other guys behind your back, and make your life a living hell, you're in the wrong place. Go watch Marnie Kinreys, that bullshit wing girl chick, or any other female dating coach that leads men to the slaughter with their shitty advice. But if you're looking for advice on how to properly evaluate a woman who will love, respect, obey, and submit to you, I'm going to give you guys 10 of the most important qualities a woman should have to be in the running for a long-term girlfriend. And we're going to do that right after the break. Don't go anywhere, guys. Aren't you sick and tired of being tricked by bad girls pretending to be? You're watching TSR Live with Donovan Sharpe. Tune in weekday afternoons at 3:30 p.m. Eastern, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Get access to content not found anywhere else on patreon.com/DonovanSharpe. Past shows, the archive, Sharpe Shorts, and Ask Donovan Q&A. Get exclusive access to my own platform, Sharpe Stream, where I break down shows like Love is Blind, 90 Day Fiancé, The Bachelorette, and much more. Get huge discounts on all of my courses like How to Master the Game, How to Build a Quality Woman from the Ground Up, and Womanese 101. You can also get your hands on the videos and podcast episodes banned on SoundCloud, Vimeo, and YouTube. Get access to an ocean of content found only on patreon.com/DonovanSharpe. The link is in the description. All right, and we are back. Thank you guys all for watching. Again, patreon.com/DonovanSharpe to get all of the extras, to get all of the exclusive content, Love is Blind breakdowns, and all the rest of that stuff. Be sure to get your hands on that stuff at patreon.com/DonovanSharpe. Shout out to Robert Njuki. I hope I'm saying your name correctly. Says, thank you for all of your hard work. I'm from Kenya, and this red pill content is much needed, especially for the young guys. I'm in college now. Wow. That guy's out here watching all the way from Kenya. Holy shit. Thank you very much. And Robert, let me know if I'm pronouncing your name correctly. If you would, kind of tell me if I'm saying your name correctly, because I hate it when I feel like I'm not saying someone's name correctly. I want to get your name right. At any rate, let us get this party started and talk about the 10 most important abilities a woman must possess to be considered for training for a long-term relationship. Number 1, fuckability. The first and most important ability for a woman to have is fuckability. Gentlemen, if she's not fuckable, we're not interested. Doesn't matter if she can cook. Doesn't matter if she has a great personality. Doesn't matter that she's submissive. Doesn't matter if she's super feminine. If we aren't sexually attracted to her, we don't want to get with her. Fuckability is the most important ability because if she's not fuckable, we're never going to find out about all of her other qualities because we're not attracted to her. So many girls out here are trying to push their fucking fat friends off to their guy friends talking about, well, she may not be a 10, but she's a super awesome person on the inside, and that's all that matters, right? Wrong. She can be as awesome as Donovan fucking Sharpe, but if she doesn't give me a boner, she can keep all that awesomeness to herself. Number 2, the second most important ability is availability. I talked about this a little bit earlier. The bottom line is this, guys. Men of value don't want to date a girl who's always busy. Yes, it is good for a woman to have a job. It's good for her to have a healthy social life free of slutty friends who negatively influence her and or guys who are trying to get into her panties all the time. It's good for her to have productive hobbies, and it is good for her not to be sitting at home every night, spending hours on Facebook and Instagram swiping right for cock all night. But way too many girls out here are just too fucking busy. They're never home. They're always out of town. They're always doing something every day, every night, all weekend long. Now, that's not a bad thing as far as she's concerned. But women like this, a woman like this rarely has the time or availability to meet your needs as a man. Guys, I'm here to tell you, I'm not going to commit to a chick who's never around, and 5%ers almost never do. If I want to go out to dinner, or if I want to go on a weekend getaway, I need to know my girl's going to be available. I'm not trying to be with a chick whose schedule is always full. I'm not trying to be with a chick I have to schedule shit with because she's always fucking busy. Fuck that. Not here for that. The third most important ability is trainability. Yes, gentlemen, I said trainability. A woman who is not trainable is a woman who is either single all the time or she's dating guys she's not really interested in. And dudes wonder why women cheat so much. Well, 2 of those reasons is that number 1, most girls aren't trainable. And number 2, most men don't know how to train women. Guys, women need to be trained because they're raised with bad habits. Habits that are conducive to slutty behavior. Social media is something that needs to be trained out of women. Checking in periodically is something they need to be trained to do, and so on and so forth. And if you're looking for a guide, as it happens, on how to train women, go to donovansharpe.com/courses and get your hands on how to build a quality woman from the ground up. Chapter 2 takes you from start to finish in terms of training your woman. It is a solid hour and a half of rock solid red pill gold, so you guys definitely want to check that out. The bottom line here, guys, is that a woman who isn't trainable is a woman that a man of value is simply not going to commit to, and that is all there is to it. Pardon me. Number 4, the fourth most important ability is teachability. Now, teachability is a little bit different from trainability. Let me explain. Teaching a woman means training behaviors in or out of her. Or, I'm sorry, training a woman means training behaviors in or out of her. A woman who is teachable is a woman who is willing to open her mind and accept new ideas about life and relationship, as in acknowledging the fact that successful relationships can't be 50-50, understanding that men and women are not equal, and so on and so forth. Guys, dealing with a hard-headed bitch who can't wrap her mind around the fact that you're the leader and that she's the follower, that's a pain in the ass, guys. She needs to be taught that a man makes all of the important decisions. She needs to be taught that earning trust isn't just a one-time thing. She needs to know that she has to earn your trust each and every day, and that reset button is it each and every day. She needs to be teachable in that regard. If a woman is going to be set in her ways, if she's not going to fall in line with the way you run your ship, she's not going to make a very good significant other. Number 5, the fifth most important ability is compatibility. A lot of people seem to think that, how can I put this? A lot of people seem to think that compatibility means having a lot in common. They think that if you don't like the same things or have the same personality traits or the same religion and political views, that the relationship is doomed to fail. And that's just not true, guys. Being compatible with someone just means you get along. That's it. That's it. Like, I know some people who are the same in every way, and they can't fucking stand each other. Why? Because familiarity breeds contempt. A common relationship axiom is that opposites attract. And it's, guys, it's 100% true. One personality on one end of the spectrum complements the other personality on the opposite ends. Relationships need polarity, gentlemen, not parallelism. So long as you get along with your woman, you're compatible with her. This means you're not fighting and bickering about dumb shit all the time. This means that when you go out, you actually have a good time together. This means you genuinely enjoy each other's company. Listen, the perfect example of this is me and my girl. Guys, Devin and I are nothing alike. I'm high energy and intense. She's laid back and easygoing. Right? I have an outgoing and gregarious personality. She is an introvert. I'm extremely regimented and disciplined. She is extremely not. I have a short temper and am very impatient. She never flies off the handle and is incredibly patient. I'm a leader and I have a take charge persona. She's more of a follower and falls in. Devin and I could not be any more different, but we get along well. We have a good time together. She helps to calm me down when I start to lose my temper, and in turn, I help her to exercise discipline and consistency. We work together because we're compatible, and it has nothing to do what we do or do not have in common. If you're not compatible with a woman, she's going to end up being a lot more trouble than she's worth. All right, let me take a time out here to read some super chats. Super chats coming in hot and heavy. Robert Njuki says, yes, I'm pronouncing it correctly. Okay, very good. So, wow, how about that? Who knew? Who knew? Well, looks like we got another Amazon package. C-Dub with the $5 super chat says, R.I.P. Stefan Arnio. Arnio passed away Wednesday at 33 from cancer. Really enjoyed his books and speech and workshop at the 21 Con last year. This, dude, that shocked me. I sat, dude, listen. Stefan sat right next to me. He sat to my left when I was hosting the Red Man Group Live. Listen, the guy is extremely intelligent, very introspective, great conversation. Dude, the girl he was with was a fucking smoke show. Holy shit. I was like, whose fucking woman is that? But listen, yeah, he was a good guy, dude. Self-made millionaire. Like, dude, 33 years old, man. That's insane. That is insane, man. Yeah, rest in peace, Stefan. Jesus Christ, 33. I had a buddy of mine, a college buddy of mine, years and years ago, died at 34 years old, man. I was like, dude, I'm fucking 34 years old, man. You just never know. You never know. Alpha51 with the $10 super chat says, newly red-pilled and at 54 and smashing it. Thanks. Good shit, man. Good to hear that. RDF 2050 says, thanks for the Womanese 101 course. I can finally understand these women taking advantage of me at work. Yeah, like I said, guys, Womanese 101 has utility outside of just dating and relationships. And it appears that RDF 2050 is reaping those benefits. Excellent. Okay, let's continue. Let us continue with the 10 most important abilities that any given woman needs to have to be considered to be a training candidate for a long-term relationship. The sixth ability, number 6, is likability. Believe it or not, guys, I know a lot of you guys out here have girlfriends you simply do not like. Listen, you like fucking her, right? You like that she's hot. You like having a good-looking girlfriend, but you don't really like her that much. The girl's either a bitch or she has the kind of personality that not many people like. And newsflash, guys, most good-looking girls have shitty attitudes. Most good-looking girls have crappy personalities. Shit, even half-decent-looking girls have shitty personalities. Especially girls who have looked good their entire lives. I'm here to tell you guys, if you're gonna spend time with a woman, if you're gonna go places with her, if you're gonna create memories with her, she has to be likable, guys. No, I'm not talking about a doormat who bends over backwards to please everybody, because those kinds of girls cheat a lot, because men will construe her kindness and eagerness to please as sexual interest, and the shit always ends up going sideways rather quickly. No. I'm talking about a woman who is easygoing, a woman who's easy to talk to, a woman who has a very likable disposition. Girls who are unlikable are also hard to deal with around your friends and family. Guys, Nobody wants to deal with having to explain why his girl is being antisocial, or why his girl is acting like a bitch, or why his girl has resting bitch face all the time. Okay, that shit gets old really, really quick, and there's no reason to stop seeing your friends and family because your girl has a shitty attitude. She absolutely, positively has to be likable. Number 7, the 7th most important ability, is affordability. Now, let me explain something here so you guys know where I'm coming from here. A needy woman, there's a difference between a woman who is needy and a woman who's high maintenance. A needy woman isn't a bad thing. Okay, women need men for many reasons, and if you're the kind of man who can meet those needs, you guys are going to get along just fine. Understand, man, if you're going to be the leader, if you're going to be the alpha of your relationship, and you want your woman to be submissive, guys, she's going to lean on you quite a bit. This is just what she does. If you're the leader of the relationship, she is going to look to you for leadership. She's going to ask you permission to do things. Every guy says, well, I want a woman who asks me permission to do blah, 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 blah. Then when their woman asks her permission, Jesus, why do you fucking ask me all these questions? You're the leader. She's the follower. Listen, you pick the woman, you train the woman, guess what? She's going to look to you for guidance. This is how it needs to be done. It costs to be the boss. Anyway, needy woman is a bad thing, right? That's just not how it is. If you're a leader, you guys are going to get along just fine. And again, a needy woman isn't the same thing as a chick who's high maintenance, for example. And just about every high maintenance bitch out there requires a substantial financial investment to be with her. Gentlemen, this is bad for a man's bottom line. Now, what do I mean? What do I mean when I say bad for a man's bottom line? A woman who requires expensive dinner and drinks on your dime all the time. A woman who wants you to send her a $200 bouquet to her on Valentine's Day to her job so she can be the belle at the ball at work. A woman who doesn't understand the value of a dollar and makes suggestions without ever considering the financial implications. There are too many women out here that say shit like, hey, let's fly down to San Diego for the weekend. It'll be fun. Well, of course it'll be fun for you, bitch. You ain't got to pay for shit. There are also a lot of women out here with expensive habits that they can't afford. They got to wear the best shoes. They got to wear the best clothes. They got to have the latest, greatest phone, all the latest tech gadgets. They got to eat at all the best restaurants and so on. This is a woman who is not affordable. Yes, gentlemen, it is okay to spend a little extra coin to have a good time every so often as long as she earns it. But your woman also needs to be okay with staying in and watching a movie or doing something inexpensive like maybe bowling or riding go-karts. If a woman has expensive habits and expensive taste, you'll go broke. And a woman is not even close to worth going broke over. Real fucking talk. Number 8, the 8th most important ability that your woman has to have is accountability. This is something that most women struggle with. Gentlemen, women these days never own up to their responsibility for anything. If she cheats on her husband, it's not her fault for being a slut, it's his fault for not being attentive. If she's overweight, it's not her fault for not watching her diet and skipping the gym. No, she'll blame her genetics or her busy schedule. If a woman gets fired from her job, it's because her boss is a bitch and has nothing to do with the fact that she sucked at her job and was always late and missed way too many days, right? If a woman cannot be accountable to you for her behavior, she's got to go. She's not going to cut it. Red pill aware men are quick to call out a woman on bad behavior. This is what we do. Watch your fucking tone. Sit like a lady. Stop being a bitch. We're not afraid to check a bitch in either public or private. But if a woman is always giving you excuses as to why she's not behaving the way you trained her, then she's not going to be accountable, guys. She's going to make she's going to make excuses for everything, including why she engages in behaviors conducive to cheating, which is why she makes excuses in the first place. So you'll ease up and give her the space she needs to cheat. We all know all about that. Guys, I'm here to tell you, I have absolutely zero time for a woman who can't verbally acknowledge that they're wrong, and 5%ers shouldn't either. Fuck that noise. Not trying to hear that. Number 9, the 9th most important ability is vulnerability. Women think that being emotionally vulnerable is a weakness, right? But they're only half right. Emotional vulnerability is a weakness for men. Because if a woman knows a man is emotionally vulnerable, she will lose respect for him, keep that under her hat, and exploit it when she's ready to jump ship. A woman who is emotionally vulnerable is a woman who is feminine. Men don't want to be with women who have a hard and bitter, sullen disposition. That's not what we want. We don't want girls who are guarded all the time. We don't want women who close themselves off. That's just not what we want. No. We don't want women who close themselves off emotionally, because guys, that's a masculine trait. And men don't want masculine women. Guys, being invulnerable is another characteristic that girls pretend to have because that's what they want in a man. Women always try to be exactly what they're attracted to, and it never works. If you want a man, ladies, don't act like one. Ladies, be vulnerable. If you have feelings for a guy, let him know. Don't act like you don't care, because he's going to assume you don't care. And what is he going to do then? He's going to check out. And think about this, ladies. Why would a man commit to you if he thinks you don't care? Why would a man put in more effort if you lead him to believe that you don't want him to make an effort? Don't be that bitch who keeps her feelings hidden because you think it'll make you chase him more. That shit only works for dudes who are thirsty, and women don't like thirsty dudes. Men of value commit to women who are not afraid to let them know, hey, I have feelings for you and I want to be with you. Just because, ladies, it's unattractive to you when men do it does not mean it's unattractive when you do it. You bitches need to quit paying attention to movies like Wedding Crashers, where the narrative that if a girl falls too quickly for a guy and lets him know, it scares him away. If you like a guy, fucking let him know. That's just how it is, man. And I'm not saying be creepy about it or start talking about kids or meeting his parents or anything crazy like that, but completely hiding your feelings, that's equally bad. Be vulnerable, ladies. Vulnerability is attractive to the men you're attracted to. Trust me. And oh, by the way, if your emotional openness, honesty scares him away, then guess what? He wasn't looking to be in a relationship anyway. And the last time I checked, ladies, y'all don't like wasting time with men who are uninterested in a relationship outside of sex. Yeah, checkmate, bitches. Finally, the 10th and final ability that women are required to have to be considered a training candidate for a long-term relationship is salvageability. Unless you meet a woman who was raised in a convent from birth, was never exposed to the internet, never exposed to feminism, kept away from any and all media, and has never laid eyes on a man in her life outside of her brothers and her father, every single woman you meet is going to be damaged to some degree. And I mean emotionally and psychologically damaged as a result of taking an abundance of cocks for an extended period of time, guys. That's how this goes. Anytime anyone talks about a damaged woman, it is directly related to sex. Doesn't matter what happened in her life. Whatever it was, it always manifests itself in slutty behavior. Grew up without a father? Slut. Seen some fucked up shit as a kid? Slut. Verbally abused by her mother? Slut. Doesn't matter what it is a woman goes through as a kid. If it's bad in some way, shape, or form, she becomes a slut no matter what. It's one of the few behaviors that women are capable of engaging in that has real consequences to her as a person. Now, if she's a slut, she's taken a lot of dick. And the more dick a woman has taken, the more damaged she is. Simple math. Even if she's never had a fucked up sexual experience in her life, if every time she ever had sex, it was a blissful lovemaking in silk sheets with candles lit and violins playing in the background, doesn't matter. If a woman's ridden the carousel, she's damaged, no matter how pretty that carousel appeared to be. Now, to what degree a woman is damaged depends on a few factors, and that obviously is for another show, for another day and time. All of that said, even though most women are damaged to some degree, a great many of them can be relatively salvageable. Many factors involved here, but a lot of them can be salvageable. They can be repaired to a degree to at least mimic or resemble a woman who could make a decent significant other over an extended period of time, maybe. But guys, you have to have a firm hand. You have to be steeped in red pill truth. Okay? Listen, you have to commit this stuff to memory. You have to commit to this lifestyle to tame a woman who's taken 100 cocks in her life. Guys, you have to have dictator-level leadership. You have to have draconian-level reprimands. You've got to have balls of fucking steel. Anything less than that, and your woman will walk all over you, as damaged women are prone to do. If she is damaged beyond repair, gentlemen, she is not salvageable. If she's genuinely been raped, meaning that she was forced to have sex against her will, she's not salvageable. If she's ever been fucked by more than one guy at the same time, she's not salvageable. If she's engaged in an orgy, she's not salvageable. Women who have been involved in vile, deviant sexual acts cannot be salvaged, and attempting to salvage the unsalvageable is a fool's errand at best, emotional and financial suicide at worst. So let's run through these 10 again, just so we remember what they all are. Let me go back to the beginning here. The 10 most important abilities a woman must have to be considered for training for a long-term relationship. Number 1, fuckability. Number 2, availability. Number 3, trainability. Number 4, teachability. Number 5, compatibility. Number 6, likability. Number 7, affordability. Number 8, accountability. Number 9, vulnerability. And number 10, salvageability. Those are the 10 most important. Those are the 10 most important characteristics or traits that women have to have in order to be considered for a long-term relationship. That's how that goes. Guys, I'm going to open up the phone lines. I'm opening up the phone lines now. 914-205-5356. Again, that is 914-205-5356. That is the number to call if you want to get in on the program. And while we are waiting for the queue to line up, I'm going to read off these super chats here. Fatal Dose the Sage, welcome to Chat Privileges. I appreciate that. Glenn Lawrence with the $2 super chat says sexually compatible is key. Yeah, no shit, dude. Yes, sexual compatibility. Listen, sexual compatibility is not really key. Actually, I disagree with you, Glenn. I don't need to be sexually compatible with my woman. Am I sexually compatible with Devin? I don't know. But I like having sex with her and she never turns me down. That's what I mean by sexual compatibility, right? See, girls look for sexual compatibility because to give a girl an orgasm, to give a girl a positive sexual experience, it takes all sorts of... No, I don't give a shit. No. Sexual compatibility for me is a woman who never turns me down for sex. Well, I wish she would do X, Y... No, fuck that. Episode 17, why you should never give a shit about a woman's needs in bed. And oh, by the way, I talk about this in How to Build a Quality Woman from the Ground Up, Chapter 4, the sex chapter. The first 35 minutes give you 4 reasons why you should never give a shit about a woman's needs in bed. Period. Fuck her, dude. Fuck her fucking needs. She's had enough fucking orgasms in her life. She's fucked 100 dudes. No, fuck her fucking orgasms. Fuck her fucking orgasms. You get your rocks off and you take it to the fucking house. That's how that works. Sexual compatibility means you let me have sex whenever I want and you never turn me down. That's the way it works for me. Clarence W. with the 10 Canadian dollars says, how do you write women so well? Says, well, I think of a man and then take away all reason and accountability. I think that was in As Good as It Gets. It might have been As Good as It Gets or maybe The Bucket. I think it might have been As Good as It Gets. Yeah. That's real shit. Glenn Lawrence with the $20 super chat says, a needy woman can be a bad thing when it's only when you say you are done with the BS and then all of a sudden can't live without you. Wife cheated on me with so-called friend of mine. Her excuse was she was manipulated. That's not a needy woman, Glenn. That's not a needy woman. That's a woman who cheated on you and realized that when she lost you, she then needed you. I think you and I have very different definitions of a needy woman. And again, there's a difference between a needy woman and a woman who is high maintenance. You don't want the high maintenance girl. A needy woman is not a bad thing. You want to listen, men, we need to be needed. That's just how it is, especially with women. If a woman doesn't need me, then what good is she going to do to me, right? If a woman needs me, she's going to do what I need her to do, right? Devin needs me for certain things, so she does what I need to get done. I don't mind a needy woman, but a high maintenance woman, no, that's definitely out of bounds. Alpha 5 is the newest member of TSR Towers. I appreciate the support. Fitness Philosopher says, I got mine. You get your orgasm straight up. Dude, fuck her fucking orgasms, guys. Fuck her orgasms. She's had enough. She's had enough. 914-205-5356 is the number to call. Let's go to area code 484. Area code 484, you're on live at Donovan. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Donovan, I wanted to know why you say that a woman who's been raped is
Get on give me a second. I need, hold on, sir. Hold on, sir. I need to know what your name is and where you're calling from.
My name's Ian, and I'm calling from Allentown, Pennsylvania.
Ah, good stuff. I've actually got some friends out there. Okay, so Ian in Allentown, what's your question?
I wanted to know why you said that a girl who's been raped is unsalvageable, because I didn't think that really matched up with the others you mentioned. I was just wondering what the reason for that was.
Well, the reason why a girl who's been raped is, or a girl who says she's been raped is unsalvageable. If a girl has truly been raped, if a girl is forced to have sex against her will, Ian, that is emotional suicide. Okay, it fucks women up on so many different levels. A woman who has truly been raped can never really pair bond with men again. A woman who has truly been raped, a lot of times they require extremely rough, degrading sex to get off. A woman who has truly been raped again, and again, what you have to understand is that when a woman, like when a woman gives her flower or vagina to a man, that's one of the most submissive things that she can do. But when a man comes in and takes it from her, it is psychologically damaging. Women who, and especially women who say, and I'll put it to you this way. Let's say a woman says she was raped. Guess what? She's not salvageable, because if she's telling the truth, that means she's damaged beyond all repair. Listen, and get this, Ian, I feel sorry for her. Listen, if any woman has ever been raped, listen, my heart goes out to you. I mean, it's a terrible thing that happened to you. You were in the wrong place at the wrong time, met the wrong guy. I get it, but that's not my problem. I'm not going to be the guy who's going to be there to try to pick up the pieces, because women who have truly been raped can never, ever, ever have a healthy relationship. It's not their fault, but that's the way it is. And I'm not going to take responsibility. I'm not going to suffer all of the mental blowback or take all that responsibility for something that someone did to her. You absolutely cannot commit to a woman who has truly been raped. You can try, it will never, ever end well. And if a woman says she was raped, but she really wasn't, she's still damaged beyond repair, because now she's making a false rape accusation. And if she accused somebody else of falsely raping her, what makes you any different? What makes you any different then?
Yeah, got you. That makes sense.
Well, thanks for the call, Ian. Ian in Allentown, checking in. I've actually got friends in Allentown. Technomage B5 with the $10 super chat says, remember, men, your time is valuable. If she doesn't fit this list, don't waste on her. If she does, I would add really wants to be around you, then time and money is worth it. Real talk. Real fucking talk. Technomage B5 has his finger on the pulse of this stuff, man. Good point. Merciless 6 with a $5 super chat says, silly question, is red pill content by men who are currently in long-term relationships somewhat more, pardon me, resonant and practical? Most red pill content by single men can seem echoed. That's not a silly question. It's actually a legitimate question. Red pill content that is created by men who are not in long-term relationships, it is very valuable information. It teaches you how to navigate life as a single man. It teaches you how not to get got. However, anybody can be Captain fucking Red Pill when the girl they're fucking he doesn't have any feelings for, right? It's easy to punish and reprimand a woman that you don't have feelings for. It's easy to ghost a woman or run active dread game on a woman that you don't care anything about. It is an entirely different ball game when you have to punish a woman you truly care about. When you have to punish a woman you care about, when you have to run active dread game on a woman you actually like and possibly even love, that's where the rubber meets the road. And again, living the red pill life is not easy whether you're in a relationship or not. I'm not going to sit here and say that. But it is much more challenging to remain steadfast in your red pill beliefs when you actually live with someone. It is much more, listen, when I was in Vegas, it was easy to be Captain fucking Red Pill. I'm not going to lie. Like, it was easy running through those bitches. Dude, it gets hard when you are in a relationship because now there are feelings involved. And if you can remain steadfast in your red pill beliefs when there are feelings involved, then you can trust yourself. Listen, I'm going to toot my own horn here. I think this is the reason why my content is sometimes more valuable than single guys' content. Because anybody can say, well, you should do X, Y, and Z. Okay, listen, what you're saying is absolutely correct, but tell me, red pill content creator, what if you actually have feelings for the girl? When you have feelings for a woman you're involved with, the entire chemistry changes. It takes a lot more intestinal fortitude. It takes a lot more steadfastness to be able to live that red pill life. It is not easy to live the red pill life. It is infinitely more difficult to live the red pill life when you are in a long-term relationship with a woman you live with. I'm living proof of that. Good question, though. Fatal Dose the Sage with the $5 super chat says, if you find a woman with all 10 qualities, be sure to do the pull test before you take her home, because a schlong might be as long as yours. Yeah. Hey, man, like, dude, the way these bitches are now, man, like, sometimes you can't tell, man. It's pretty scary. It's pretty damn scary out here in these streets. All right, let's go back to the phone lines. 914-205-5356. Again, that is 914-205-5356. Let's go to area code 868. Area code 868, you're on live with Donovan. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, yo, Don Damage, right? Hear me, bro?
Yes, sir.
Yo, Don, what's up, man? It's Jerry, the former monkey chimpanzee from Trinidad. What's up, bro?
What's up, brother? How you doing, man?
Yeah, I have this topic. I was trying to get through to you for a while. I'm going to try to keep it short, right? I was having a discussion with a friend about this BBC interview. I don't know if you're familiar that Mia Khalifa did, where she was basically, acting like, she was like a victim.
Oh, yeah.
She did, her videos and whatnot.
Right.
I don't know if you're familiar with that video.
Oh,
we
sure.
got into a long talk.
Oh, yeah. I've seen that video. Oh, yeah. I actually did a video on it a while back, but I don't know.
I'm just going to pose, I just want to hear your take on this, right? I used to deal with this girl, a really, really pretty, brown-skinned girl. Like, she used to do model, like, carnival costumes, and a girl called, I'll just say Pat, right? I'll just give her name as Pat.
Okay.
Right? And just, like, I'm just giving you, like, two, time frames. I'm going to give you the early and I'm going to give you her now. Right now, like, if you see her profile on Facebook, there's a lot of Jesus and God quotes, and there's always these hands together and angels and all this holy stuff. But back in the day, like, when I was checking this girl, you wouldn't believe this holier than thou, these posts. I just want to hear your take on this, right? And she would tell me all these different things. She would do, like, she was a model, and she would get into stuff with, like, the photographer. She did foursomes. She had, like, she did, like, chick-on-chick stuff with, like, two guys watching, this kind of voyeuristic stuff. And I was just sitting back in the car, like, I mean, this was my blue pill days.
Sure.
You understand? So this is, like, kind of like what got me into Donovan Sharpe, because I never understood women. And I think, like, people, especially as you said, I mean, don't feel bad from, like, the blue pill guys who don't see the other side of the coin. But guys like you who had the experience and seeing the other side from the delusion that they post on guys that don't know. I just want you to give me a take on what you think about this, like these holy church girls, but they have like the world of like, nasty ass stories. I just want to hear your take on the whole church girl
check this out.
That guys don't see.
Yes, check this out, Jerry. And I'm glad you asked this question, because these sluttiest sluttiest females in the world on the planet are God-fearing women, dude. And
Hallelujah, brother.
Listen, one of the many axioms that we talk about here in the Red Pill, at least on my end, is that the more a woman tries to convince you of something, the more likely it is that the opposite is true. And a woman doesn't have to try to convince you something with her words. She can try to convince you of something with her actions. Listen, every girl wants men to think that she's not a slut. And so women go to the absolute extreme. Okay, well, I've slept with a lot of guys, but if I go to church, he will assume that I'm a good church girl. Stefan Molyneux, very knowledgeable guy. He's an intellectual. The guy's completely clueless about the church. He actually had the gall to say to a Red Pill audience, hey, guys, you know what? If you're looking for a good woman, look in the church. Now, no shade on Stefan. The guy's been married for 25, 30.
Tell him, preach, brother.
Yeah, listen, he's been married for 25, 30 years. He's been out of the game for a while. So I'll chalk his ignorance up to he just hasn't been in the game for a while. Church girls are the worst because church girls try to make you think that every girl tries to make you think that they're someone who they're not. But church girls put the entire veil on it. They go to the furthest extremes. Church girls, God-fearing women, dude, they will cheat on you faster than the girl who's a fucking devil worshiper. So if anybody out there is thinking, well, hell, if I want to be in a long-term relationship, I need to look in the church, you need to look elsewhere. Listen, you are much more likely to find a quality woman in a brothel than a girl in the church. I'll give you the last word, Jerry.
All right. I have one more, right? I was dealing with this next one. I'm going to call it Sharice, right?
Yep, okay,
And
Sharice.
her father was like big. Her father was big in the church, bro. I'm talking about. And this is true story. Same
Okay.
thing. She's the daughter of a guy who goes and sets up the church and whatnot. But here, what used to go on, Dono? I'm telling you the truth. I was young. This is back in my blue pill monkey chimpanzee.
Okay, all right.
What's going on with these ladies days, right?
All right.
When we had a time and listen. As soon as she said, okay, she said, Jerry, Dad is leaving like around 6 to go and set up church. Church finishes at 8, and then he will leave at 9. So we have a certain period. So she would tell me, and her sister just moved out of the house opposite where she was living. So she would tell me exactly when her dad leaves the house.
Oh, wow.
And I would come over, and I could sneak into the empty house where her sister used to live, right opposite where she lives. Right? And bang the crap out of her daughter. This is our early days. This is why I'm trying to figure out the crap that's going on. This is why
Tap that ass.
I always tell you, like, people, I see the haters, the haters tell you, and they always say, Donovan Sharpe, you don't know what you're talking about. But let me tell you something, Donovan. I've seen what you are saying. I've experienced it, and it's true. Tell these guys about church girls. If you want to get a nasty hoe, you go to church.
Go to church.
Jesus
Straight up.
will bless you guys. Jesus will bless you.
Thanks for the call, Jerry. Yeah, listen, Jerry is 100% right. If you want a girl who's like an absolute freak dog, like a girl who will fucking lick the balls and suck the dick, yo, go to church. Church girls are freaks. I'm here to tell you. Black and Travel with the $10 super chat says, Donovan is right. Beware of women that lie about being raped. After finding out my soon-to-be ex-wife lied about being raped to cover her cheating, I was accused the last time we had sex. Scary. This is what I'm trying to tell you, man. If the words "I was raped" comes out of a woman's mouth, she's radioactive either way. Because if she was truly raped, that's a wrap. That's emotional suicide. If she's lying, that's a wrap because she might accuse you. Real talk. Thomas Muni with a €5 super chat says, Donovan, can you spill the beans on the concept of the alpha widow? Is it solely by a past LTR? A woman can get alpha widowed or also a past FWB. Yeah. When women get alpha widowed, when a woman is alpha widowed, and every woman is alpha widowed to some degree. And when a woman is alpha widowed, that means she still pines for the strongest alpha in her life. And that alpha doesn't have to be a long-term relationship. It could be a fuck buddy. It could be a one-night stand. It could be her ex-husband. It could be anything. Any man that a woman has had sexual relations with at least one time, she can be alpha widowed by that man. What this is a woman who is alpha widowed compares every man she meets after the man who alpha widowed her, she compares to that man, right? When and if Devin ever leaves or I ever leave, she's going to be alpha widowed. She's going to compare every man she's with to me, until, of course, she finds a man who is better than me. Now, that's highly doubtful at this point, but listen, it could happen. Like Devin could drop me for a bigger, better Donovan Sharpe. Not likely, but doesn't mean it's impossible, right? A woman can only be alpha widowed by one man at a time. The only way to break her out of her alpha widowdom is if she meets a man who is more alpha than the man who alpha widowed her. Good stuff. All right, let's go to area code 832. Area code 832, you're on Live at Donovan. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, how's it going, Donovan? My name is Mr. Darkman, and I'm from Houston.
Mr. Darkman, what's up, brother?
Not much. There was a situation I saw where there was this girl. It was a TV show. This girl was basically, there was a couple. They were dating, and the man came home from work, and the girl was cooking, and he came behind her to try to rap her. I was running a kiss, but then she shrugged him off. And then he
Damn.
asked what was wrong, and then the girl said nothing. And then she walked to different locations to the sink, and then he just tried it again, and then she just like shrugged and moved over, and it said nothing. Like, you know, can you please stop? I'm kind of busy right now. So it's like, how do you deal with situations like that?
How do I deal with situations where a girl accuses her husband of raping her? Is that what you're talking about?
No, like let's say like, you know, they're a couple, like for like 5 months, they're like this and thing. So she's at home cooking and the man comes home just to try to kiss her and hug her or whatever while she's cooking, but then she shrugs and moves over and he tries her the second time and she does it again. How do you
Oh, that's easy. Oh, dude, that's really, really easy. If you make an advance on your woman and she fires off your advance, what you need to do is in the future, and you need to plan to do this. What you need to do in the future is plan to have something to do after she rejects you. So what you do, if you're going to go hit on your wife, if you're going to go try to fuck her, put your gym bag right by the front door. This is a Ryan Stone special. This is not like I'm plagiarizing it. This is what Ryan Stone endorses. Put your gym bag by the door, okay? You go up, you kiss on your wife. If she rejects you, all right, well, I guess if you're not doing anything, I'm off to the gym. Well, wait a minute, where are you going? I'm going to the gym, right? You try it again. This time, have something else to do. Maybe be ready to run an errand. You walk up behind her, kiss her. She rejects you again. All right, well, I'm going to go to the store. I got shit to do. Or, I'm going to go to the gym again. Or, I'm going to go play ball. Or, I'm going to go shoot guns. Always have something to do directly after she rejects you. Because what she'll start to do the math. Wait a minute. His presence is contingent upon me reciprocating his sexual affection. If I don't give him sexual affection, he is going to deprive me of his company immediately. Now, one of two things is going to happen when you do this. She's either going to fall in and she's going to start giving you the pussy and reciprocating some of that sexual affection, or she's going to continue to reject you, at which point you know you got to get the fuck out of there. That is the one and only way to deal with that.
All right, sounds good. So it sounds like a strike one, strike two, strike figure out thing.
No. You don't want to keep track of strikes, right? What you're trying to do is you want to train your woman. You want to train your woman, and now you don't want to tell her, in order for me to stay around, you have to have sex with me. No, Rollo Tomasi says it all the time. Don't explicate, demonstrate. Okay. Don't tell her what's going on. You have to show her. You walk up behind her, you kiss her. If she rejects you, you leave. Like I said, go shoot guns, go shoot hoops, go to the gym. Have something ready to be done after the rejection. You do this 3 or 4 times. If you bounce every time she rejects you for sex, she's going to start to do the math. Wait a minute. If I don't give him sex, he's not going to give me his company. So now she has a choice to make. Is his company worth me having sex with him for? If the answer is yes, she'll start fucking you. If the answer is no, she'll not. That's the bottom line.
All right, thanks. I'm 20 years old, so I'm still learning, but I've been watching you for a while. I'm going to send you a couple, super chats. So I appreciate the work you do, man.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Mr. Darkman in Houston. Yeah, that's the Ryan Stone special, man. That's the Ryan Stone special. If your wife or girlfriend is not reciprocating your sexual advances, leave. Dude, go. Listen, even if you live with her, dude, leave. Have something to do. Plan something with your buddies. Hey, man, I might want to get up with you later on at 5, later on tonight. Let's say you go to bed and you try to fuck your wife, right? If she rejects you, cool. Go downstairs and sleep on the fucking couch. And if she accuses you of being a baby or whatever the case may be, hey, man, like, again, you demonstrate, don't explicate. I'll tell you something else that's even more effective. If you're in bed, if you're in your pajamas, whatever the case may be, you go to try to fuck your wife. She doesn't. Do you get up, you get dressed, and you leave? Well, where are you going? I'm going for a run. Or I'm going to the gym. I'm going for a walk. I'm going for a bike ride. She's like, at this time of night, well, listen, I got to get this energy out somehow. Don't wait up. And you need to stay gone for an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, whatever the case may be. Guess what? She can assume all she wants to. She can be like, did you go out and fuck somebody else? What do you care? You're not fucking me. So why are you worried if somebody else does? If you don't want to fuck me, then what are you worried about that for? Listen, women can get dick anytime they want. Dick is not important to women. Sex is not important to women. What women value the most from you is your time and attention. If you deprive a woman of your time and attention, she has a choice to make. Is his time and attention worth my vagina? If the answer is yes, she'll start fucking you. If the answer is no, she'll continue to close her legs. At which point, you can now act accordingly because you know what choice she made. That's how this is. Rob L with the $5 super chat says, in my blue pill days, I didn't pick up that the pastor's wife was throwing hard IOIs as indicators of interest while I was cleaning their house and the pastor was on a trip. Dude, you could have fucked the pastor's wife, homie. Praise the Lord. Now suck this here dick. Let's go back to the phone lines. Area code 520. Area code 520. You're on live at Donovan. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, what's up, Don? It's Neg One over here in Colorado.
Neg, what's going on, brother? How you doing?
Shit, I'm good. I just wanted to caveat to the question Merciless Six had about the whole red pill content and being an LTR.
Yeah, I got you.
Like, it's not easy. It's never easy, and it's even harder when you try to induct the red pill teaching into your household.
Oh yeah.
When I myself am married.
Oh yeah.
I gotta get my wife on board, so I have to like implement it in a almost a sub-context way. That way she gets just like, hey, this is what the fuck we're doing, and we're doing this. So it's definitely hard to introduce it into the household, but once you already have it, and once you already start, you can't stop.
That's right. You cannot go back.
If she gives you pushback, and she's an LTR. Yeah, and if you're married to her and she gives you pushback, it's like saying you're in your court, your how to build a woman from the ground up course. You have to keep pushing, and
that's right.
You keep doing you. Eventually, she'll either pick up, or you just leave, or she'll pack up.
That's it. That's it, man. That's it. And what you're doing here, Neg One, and thanks for the call, Neg One. What Neg One is talking about is choices, right? You don't have to vocalize your woman's choices. Your actions will vocalize the choices for you. So going back to what Mr. Darkman was asking about, you go up behind your woman, you kiss her on the neck, you grab her tits, whatever the case may be, and she shakes you off, you get your gym bag and you leave. Now you're giving her a choice. You either fuck me and keep me around, or I'm out. That's the choice she makes. You didn't have to tell her anything. Your actions will give her the choice. And if you don't vocalize it, she can't accuse you of giving her an ultimatum. Very good question there by Mr. Darkman. A lot of men wonder how to deal with that situation. Let us go to area code 323. Area code 323. You're on live at Donovan. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey Donovan. My name is Chris. I'm from Albuquerque.
Chris in Albuquerque. How you doing, brother?
Oh, I'm doing well. Thanks for having me. So I actually wanted to call in and tell you a story because you know how that other guy called in asking you about why a woman who's been raped isn't salvageable?
Yeah. Yeah, that was Ian in Allentown.
Okay. I want to tell you. Oh yeah, the Pennsylvania guy.
Yeah, right.
Okay. All right. So back in my blue pill days, there was a girl in my past, and I considered her to be the one that got away, and now I see her as a bullet dodged.
Oh wow, what happened?
All right, so I met her when I was 18 at a concert, but she was under 18, and even though she was really pretty, like I really couldn't do anything. Well, anyway, when she turned 18, we crossed paths again, and so we were talking and everything, and I went to her house and I brought her flowers one day, and I thought like, yeah, she's gonna be my girlfriend and maybe one day my wife, whatever.
Oh wow.
Well,
wow.
So we were alone in her room talking and stuff and reconnecting all that, and she asked me to tell me her darkest secret. So I told her something at the time I felt guilty for, but now it's stupid, whatever, it doesn't matter.
Right.
She writes down on her phone. She doesn't say it out loud because her dad is in the house.
Wow.
Because she was 18.
Sure.
Home.
Right.
She writes down on her phone, "My father molested me."
What? Are you fucking serious, dude?
Yeah.
Oh
so
god.
That happened.
Oh my god, dude. Yeah.
Well,
yeah, dude. Oh wow. Fuck, dude. And the father was within earshot. That's why she wrote it on her phone. That's why she wrote it on her phone, because the father who molested her was in the other fucking room.
Yeah.
God, that's crazy, dude.
So I mean, I was so blue pilled that I wanted her to be my one, right?
Right.
I'm like right away, brainstorming ways to get her. I was living at home too.
Okay.
So I wanted her to move in with me. Okay, whatever. But anyway, something happened. She had to leave town. And then when she got back, she never contacted me while she was out of town. When she got back to town, she sent me these messages via text. Okay, I never talked to her.
Okay.
She told me that before she and I got together, or well, we never really got together, if you know what I mean. But
Right.
She sent me a text saying that she found out that she was pregnant. She had slept with some guy before I went to her house that day with the flowers and all that.
Oh my
She told me
God.
about her dad.
Oh Jesus fucking
Yeah, she was
Christ,
pregnant
dude.
with this other dude. Now, the other dude was 29. She's 18.
Of course.
Right.
Of course.
Then then like two months later, she sends me an email telling me that she lost the baby, that the guy that she was with beat her. She lost the baby, and
Oh my God.
she said that, like, you know, she filed a restraining order against him, all that. She told me, if you ever see me around town, though, please don't bring it up. I don't want to talk about it anymore. I just wanted to fill you in on what's happening.
Right.
So she was eligible for Section 8 housing.
Oh my
because
God.
she had a disability.
Okay.
So then she gets with another guy just like the guy that got her pregnant and beat her and all that.
Yep.
And he started fighting with her, committed all this property damage. She lost her Section 8 housing.
Wow.
So,
wow.
So I didn't want to hear from her anymore. It's like,
Right.
really, you're gonna pick these other dudes over me? Fuck you. Like,
Well,
I don't want to talk to you
no,
anymore.
Chris, listen, you're absolutely right. But your story verifies exactly what I told Ian in Allentown. A woman who has been raped or molested in some way, shape, or form, regardless of how, I mean, obviously, it is an unspeakable tragedy when adults hurt children. That's the one thing that really, I don't know how they could do that. But molestation or being raped at any age is suicide. But here's what this manifests itself with. When, and this is men and women, actually, but more specifically women, because we're talking about dating women here, women look for these toxic behaviors. A woman who has been raped or molested, they tend to get with emotionally, physically, and sexually abusive men. They make bad decisions with men. This is why they are damaged beyond repair. If you get with a girl and she has truly been raped, dude, you're never going to be good enough for her. You're not violent enough. You don't hit her enough. Women who have truly been raped as children or as adults, they always end up in abusive relationships. I don't know if it's because they want to punish themselves, because they secretly think it's their fault. I'm not a psychologist, but I do know that any woman who says she was raped, whether she's telling the truth or not, is damaged beyond repair.
Yeah, you said it perfectly. Can I tell you the last thing that I found out about her, though?
Oh my
Like, I
God,
haven't
there's
talked to her
more?
in over
All right,
10
go
years.
ahead, man. Go ahead. I want to know.
Okay, so there's a website called beenverified.com, and I signed up for it a few years ago. I don't remember what for, but anyway, I had, a month's access to it because I paid for it. So I just went crazy and started looking all kinds of people up, and then I figured, I'd look her up while I was at it, right? Okay, so I looked her up, and her last known address was like in some other town here in the state.
Okay.
And it turns out she was living with her older sister and her older sister's boyfriend, husband, whoever he was.
No.
And they also show arrest records and things like that. Her older sister and her sister's fiance or boyfriend, husband, whoever he was, they were both arrested multiple times for domestic violence.
God.
So that's what happened to her. Like,
Jesus
she ended up having to live with her
Christ, man.
sister in that kind of environment. And I mean, she was really pretty and everything, but
Yeah.
she also had a disability that.
Yeah.
I
What was
mean,
her disability, if you don't mind
now,
me asking?
Now that she, her mom did drugs and drank while she was pregnant with her.
Oh my
So she was
God.
born very prematurely,
Oh my God.
and her
dude.
bones never fully developed.
Ugh.
But she was like beautiful, like she was gorgeous and all that. But it's like now that she's 30, like she's gonna be bound to a wheelchair in a couple of years.
Oh, yeah,
And
yeah.
she's never gonna have like a good guy take care of her for the rest of her life.
And you want to know
She's stuck in that
something? And you want to
environment.
know something, Chris? This is the tragic part about this. This girl could have had a great life. She is in a shitty situation because of circumstances that were not under her control. Her mother drank and smoked when she was a kid, or when she was pregnant with her, so she was born prematurely and had a birth defect. Her father molested her. This, obviously, this chick is damaged. Dude, she never really had a chance before she got started. Dude, she was already damaged in the womb, and then your dad's gonna molest you? Holy shit, man. I'll give you the last word, Chris.
Yeah, I mean, it's really tragic. I'm actually getting a little emotional even thinking about it.
Yeah, it
but,
sucks. You feel bad for these girls, man. You really do.
It,
but at the end of the day, Chris, just like you said,
but,
as much, and listen, I have sympathy for the girl. I really do. I hate that it happened to her, and not to be cold-hearted, but her baggage is not your problem, man. That's what it comes down to. If you try to save girls like these, it never works out. They will, and it's not like they're trying to hurt you. It's not like they want to fuck you over. They just don't know any other way to exist. All they know is chaos and dysfunction. And if you come at her, you're not chaotic, you're not dysfunctional, you're a well-adjusted, law-abiding American citizen, you're a good man, she's not going to know how to act because she doesn't have experience with men like you. And women like this often self-sabotage these relationships because she wants to get back to that chaos, and she has no idea why she did it. It's tragic, man. It really is.
Yeah, and it just says it might have been really hard for people to hear you say that these girls are unsalvageable.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's true.
In my experience, that's 100% true. You hit it right on the head as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah,
that's
man.
all I got, man. Thank you for taking.
Well, thanks for calling, Chris. Yeah, listen, man. Ian in Allentown, if you're still watching, there you go. There's the proof, man. There's the proof, dude. And again, listen, I feel sorry for these girls. I really, really do. I'm not going to sit here and say that I don't have any sympathy. I'm certainly not going to blame them for that. Listen, if a girl's a slut, I'm going to blame her for being a slut. But dude, girls that get molested and that's terrible, man. And my heart goes out to these girls, but by the same token, that's not my problem. Listen, prayer and love, and I hope, I hope everything works out for you. I can't be involved in that. I cannot be involved in that. I am not about to. I'm not about to get fucked up in the game trying to clean up somebody else's mess that can't be cleaned up. That's just how it is, man. That's just how it is. God almighty. God, that's fucking tragic. Her mom drank while she's in the womb and fucking dad molested her. That's terrible, man. Jesus. Al with the $2 super chat says you don't know a person until the background check. Yeah, it's funny. When I dated girls in Vegas, when I used to get serious with them, they used to be like, this is kind of an odd question, but have you ever been arrested for anything? I just want to say them. Yeah. Well, how many times? I've been arrested at least a dozen times. They're like, oh my God, do you have a criminal record? Yes, I am a Donovan Sharpe, am a multiple time convicted felon. I tell them straight up, yes. I've been convicted of this felony. I've been convicted of that felony. I've been arrested for this, been arrested for that. Put it all out there. Let me save you the $25 for the background check. And you want to know how many women I lost at the revelation of my long-ass criminal record? This many. That's right, 0. No woman I have ever made fully aware of my criminal record, they didn't go anywhere. Nowhere. You're a multiple time convicted felon. You've been arrested at least a dozen times. This, that, and the third. Never a factor. Never a factor. That's how it is. All right, let's go back to the phone lines. Let us go to area code 704. Area code 704, you're on live at Donovan. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yo, Donovan, this is Brian calling from Charlotte, North Carolina.
What's going on, Brian? How you doing, brother?
Good, man. Hey, man, I love your work. I got your course.
Thank you.
Build a Woman from the Ground Up.
Good, thank you.
It is so much value, man. You can charge a lot more than that. Let me
Yeah.
give you my story. I've been married for 11 years to a woman who is BPD, has borderline personality disorder.
Wow.
Right? He's separated right now. So the issue was, like the previous caller, mama basically abused her from a child, She watched her dad die in the house.
Oh my God.
She Mama whooped her ass. Just Dad left her a bunch of money, and Mama took the money, gave it to a fucking convicted felon. He spent all the shit. Just crazy shit.
Damn.
So, and throughout the whole marriage, bro, she would want to be, suicidal and just talk about how fucked up her life was.
Right.
And I was like a sounding board, you know what I'm saying? But as a man sitting there watching your wife go through that, and you can't do nothing about it, it tears you down.
It sucks, man. Yeah.
So long story short, I went out and, I talked to a coworker, a female coworker at work, because it was a lot on me. Out of all the years I was married, basically sleeping on the couch 50% of the time.
Damn, dude.
So I told the girl about it. She didn't have these fucking issues, and I messed up, and I kissed her. So it felt good,
Right.
And plus, my wife, because of everything she'd gone through, she acted like a child, which I found out is kind of common for people with borderline personality.
Of course.
And I felt like I could save her.
Oh God.
And
yeah.
I kissed the woman, and I told my wife, I was like, hey, look, she was cooking one night. I was, not too far from her. I was on the emailing her and shit, and she came over and saw it. And she came and caught me, and I told her, like, hey, I met another woman, I kissed her, and she split. Basically, she had like people with BPD, when they split, it's like, they go crazy. So she went out,
God damn,
just started just hoeing like crazy.
Damn.
And, man.
Never takes long, does it?
I'm just coming into this knowledge now.
I said it never takes long for him to start hoeing, does it?
Nah, man. And she told me how many guys it was, and she was like, so what? I'm like,
God
what?
damn.
What
Like,
do you mean,
dude,
so what?
she was looking for a reason to hoe out, man. That's what that was.
So, man, it ain't nothing I can do to save her, like you said. I mean, those are her issues, but it's kind of tough, man.
It is.
Like, we separated now, and I'm like, damn. I waited the whole marriage, man. I waited for her, wanting her to get help, but it was, what happened to her was messed up. But she never wanted to take accountability.
There you go.
Like, yo, let's go to counseling. If you just go once a month, it'll be helpful.
Right.
I wouldn't do it.
Right.
So
Well, listen, part of the whole BPD thing is not only are they self-destructive, they seem to be allergic to anything that can fix them. It's almost like, and again, this is no slight on your soon-to-be ex-wife. This is just how it is. This is why you can't fuck with women who have mental illnesses. This is why you can't fuck with women who have seen and been through some fucked up shit as kids, because you cannot save these women, man. It is a fool's errand.
You're right, man. And, I know all it, but it's still hard. Because I
It
remember
is.
you talking about a few episodes ago, you were like, when you married to someone, instead of a relationship, it's kind of hard to just step away from them.
It
You
is.
still remember the good times, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All of that is intertwined, man. So anybody else who's thinking about, dating a girl with these issues, man, you can't save them, man.
Don't do it. It's
And
not
like,
worth
as
it.
a man, you want to step in and fix them. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
You can't do it, and it's painful, man. So I just hope somebody listens to it and don't do this mess, man, because it's tough.
Brian and Charlotte, I appreciate the call, man. Listen, some good stories, dude. Listen, his soon-to-be ex-wife was BPD. I mean, like I said, man, like you absolutely cannot fix crazy, man. Thomas Munier in the chat says, I'm guilty for having spent a stint in prison. Girls may not get turned down when you tell them. It's still not something to boast about, as prison time is wasted time in life. I agree with you, Thomas. I agree with you. In another life. I'm telling you right now, I've never been to prison before. I was very fortunate. I had a very good lawyer who was very good at being bad. Like, I'm almost 100% sure that he probably had pictures of judges with certain Vegas strippers and prostitutes. I remember one time I was at his office. He's like, yeah, just I'm going to go ahead and cut this off early. Got to go drop something off with the judge. I was like, do I want to know? He's like, no, Donovan, you don't want to know. Like, dude, this guy has really, dude, if not for this lawyer, I would probably be in jail right now. But like I said, going to prison is nothing to brag about. Unfortunately, today's degenerate women, they like that stuff because that's the only form of masculinity that is allowed. Oh, you've been to prison? Tell me what that's like. Like, girls love violent, depraved debaucherous men. They just do, man. They do. Listen, that's just how it is. I'm very, very fortunate. My life, I've been arrested at least a dozen times. I've spent a total of 2 weeks in jail. Never spent any time in prison. But yeah, like if somebody asks me, hey, Donovan, do you have a criminal record? Yep, sure do. Yep. What did you get? I'm a multiple time convicted felon. If you want to know the details, be my guest. Be my guest. Love C with the $10 super chat says, hi, D. I'm a 29-year-old black woman software engineer. I meet a lot of wealthy men, radiologists, plastic surgeons, CEOs, but I can't move to the relationship stage. Any advice? Yeah, quit your job. Quit your job, sweetheart. You have to quit your job. See, the reason why these radiologists and plastic surgeons and CEOs aren't trying to be in relationships with you is because you're a software engineer. Okay, you have a high-powered job. Now, you would probably say, well, Donovan, I worked very hard to get where I am. I have no doubt. Love, see? You're probably very good at what you do. But you can't serve two gods. You can't be the career woman and then expect to lock down a high-value man. You need to make a choice. You would be much more attractive. You would be much more attractive to high-value men if you had a lesser-paying job. Well, let's just call it what it is. Men don't care about the fact that you're a software engineer. You want to know why? Because radiologists, plastic surgeons, and CEOs, they don't need your money. No, what they need is your time. What they need is your deference. What they need is your sexual loyalty. When you are a software engineer and you're around men all the time, all of those things are put at risk just by virtue of going to work every day. So if you want to move to the next level with these men, I'm not saying quit your job. I'm not telling you to do that at all. But at some point, you have a choice to make. It's either going to be a career or a good relationship. Listen, you could have a career and a bunch of relationships, but you will never be in a long-term relationship of consequence with a man of value as a software engineer as a woman. Not going to happen. I don't make the rules, man. I do not make the rules. This is assuming that Love C is in good shape. Area code 256. You're on live at Donovan. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, my name is Donovan as well.
Hey, what's up, Donovan? How you doing, man? Where are you calling from?
Hey, man, I just got a question.
Sure.
And I've been really thinking about this a lot. How do you feel about the demasculation of men from an early age?
Oh, wow. The emasculation of men from an early age is the root cause of many, many problems. The emasculation of boys from a young age leads to ineptitude in school. It leads to lack of education. It leads to criminal activity and criminal behavior. And it also leads to school shootings, man. These school, like we're all surprised. I mean, I don't know. Those of you guys who are old enough to remember Columbine High School happened in 1999. Now, there had been school shootings before, but Columbine was the first one that hit on a national scale. That rocked the nation. Then, of course, you had Virginia Tech in 2006 with Sung Wee Cho. Then you had the Ohio State shooting, then the Nicholas Cruz shooting, then the Elliot Rodgers shooting. What all of these boys had in common, these school shooters, these public shooters, they were emasculated as young men. If we stop marginalizing and emasculating men when they're boys, you almost completely eliminate these school shootings. That's what this is. So the way I feel about the emasculation of young boys and the masculinization of young girls is the reason why we are in this shit right now.
Right. I mean, I totally agree with you, Donovan. It's like, man, can I tell you a story?
Sure.
So I'm stationed at Fort Carson because I'm 23 years old and I'm in the Army. Been in about 5 years.
Okay.
So the reason I ask you this question is because one of my buddies here, like they have this whole thing where they'll teach men how to be dads or whatever. It's a program. And so my buddy was ordered by his commander to go. And basically, my buddy is red pill and I'm red pill as well.
Right.
So basically what my buddy told me was the class was pretty much teaching a man how to be in the subservient role to a woman.
What?
He told me a story about how, yes.
Oh my
I'm
God.
not kidding.
Bruh.
I don't doubt nothing he said, but he said,
dude.
He said the class a couple times, he just had to walk the fuck out.
Oh my
and then
God.
one time he said there was a story about
he told me a story about a dude who told the teacher that one time it was raining outside, and he said he went so far as to get on the ground and let his wife walk over him with high heels on.
Oh,
just so
you
she
need
wouldn't
to,
get her feet wet.
bruh. Like, for real? Like, that's what's going on. That's what's going on out here in these streets.
Yeah, man, that's what he told me. I have no doubt to say he was lying. And
Jesus
then
Christ.
he almost got in trouble for not complying with the class. So eventually, he had to comply with the class to get out of there, and he went back to being registered.
Jesus fucking Christ, man. I just, like, again, the root cause for most problems in the United States is the emasculation of young men. Like, listen, we can it's bad to masculinize young girls. That's fine. But a masculine man can absolutely break a masculine woman, right? Because at a woman's core, she wants to be feminine. She wants to surrender to a man. This is what every woman wants. If there are no men that display masculine traits or characteristics, then they're going to stay masculine, and our boys are going to stay feminine, man. So yeah, that's how I feel about it. I appreciate the call, Donovan. Thank you very much for calling. I think Donovan was in Alabama because he had a 256 area code. Let's go to area code 954. Area code 954. You're on live with Donovan. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yo, what's going on, Donovan? This is Black and Travel out of West Palm Beach, man.
Oh, okay. What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm good. I kind of wanted to expound more on 2 points.
Okay.
First and foremost, the whole church thing. Man, let me tell you, church is like hedonism right now, especially when it comes to the black church, man.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So,
yep.
I mean, bro, from being married, I've been married for this past 6 years, and my wife, my soon-to-be ex-wife, comes from a very affluent church family. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
So I got to notice. My background, I come from Catholicism. I grew up in it.
Okay.
So not to say that my church is any better. I know all the fucked up shit that goes on in that background.
Right. That's fine.
You know what I mean?
I used to be Catholic myself, man. I fought the battles.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So, this was a different world, and of course, I wanted to immerse myself in this because I'm getting married. I want to, understand. I want to understand my partner further. So, of course, I immerse myself in this, and I'm thinking that, they make that shit look like a walk in the park. You got this pastor that has a whole congregation that has a multiple apartments with girlfriends staying in it.
Wow! What?
Dude, I'm not lying to you.
You got these preachers out here running harems with these bitches?
Bro,
damn.
These pastors will have a good 3 or 4 women staying in the apartment complexes, bro.
90
they
seconds.
Tape every weekend, bro.
Yeah.
It is that bad.
Jesus Christ, man.
I'll even go as far, and I'll leave at this point. There's one pastor. This dude had a very small congregation, but he had really, really loyal. But his best friend happened to be, I don't know, his deacon or whatever.
Okay.
The whole time, bro, not only is he screwing all the women in the church, but he's screwing his best friend's daughter.
60 seconds.
Oh my God! So he's running through hoes and fucking his best friend's girl.
Dude, and the thing is with that dude, now I went to one of these service dudes, that 19-year-old Stone Cold Fox. Okay, let's put it this way.
Sure.
If I was him, I probably would have ran through it a good couple times, man. But that's to that point. But the second point, man, is the whole that whole rape allegation. Now, I wanted to expound. I think I told you the story about what happened with me with my ex and her.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yes.
Telling me that. Yeah, she told me that the dude raped her or whatever. Turns out, because I caught her, messaging this guy, and this guy talking about all of these all these times
10 seconds.
Whatever, and then she said, "Oh well, he raped me that time, that whatever, what have you." And of course, me being the beta male simp mangina that I was, tried to still work through it.
Oh boy, that's always a mistake, obviously.
it was I'm getting to the mistake. I'm getting
Okay.
to it. This is where I paid for it, dude. So couple months, I'm still trying to work this thing out, and of course, she's still being distant, saying that I'm the one that has to go to therapy. I'm the one that has to work on the way that I speak to her. I'm the one that has to do all this work. Meanwhile, I'm funding these failed businesses of hers and all of this.
Oh my
Anyway,
God, dude. Oh boy.
dude, look, beta man, simp man, China.
That's how it goes.
So I get to, it gets a couple months down the road, and then I'm like, okay, I'm going to try to have sex with my wife because she's my wife. I'm going to have sex.
Of course, that's what you do.
I'm going to do one of the things that she always tells me to do. Go ahead and get it in the middle of the night. She's always wanted me to do it, so I'm going to go ahead and do it. She turns over and says, "Are you done?" And I'm like, whoa, that's different. Then the next morning she says, "You raped me." I'm like,
Oh my God. Jesus
I'm like,
fucking Christ, man.
I'm packing my bag. You go ahead and go back to the dude that, whatever, what have you. Ended up finding out that I'm not going to say this because ended up finding that she was messaging this other guy who happens to be a lead singer of a very, very well-known R&B group, and I'm going to leave it at that. Let's put it that way.
Okay, good
I
stuff.
was just like, okay.
All right. Well, listen. Black and Trouble. Listen, Black and Trouble. I'm gonna have to cut you off because I got other callers, but I do appreciate the story. We'll definitely have to pick it up another time. We have a little bit of time left. I've got 6 more callers to get to. Let me read out some super chats. Zachariah Hayes says, Don, did you gamble with commissary while in jail? No, I never had to. Dude, every time I was in jail, I always had like unlimited commissary because I had money. That's all that was. Love C said, with a $5 super chat says, thanks for the response. I'm very feminine. I'm a very feminine, sweet woman that cooks. Most high value men date women who are similarly situated. Listen, Love C, I hate to break it to you, but any man that dates a 29-year-old career woman is not what I would define as high value. That's just not what listen, I'm not trying to throw shade on you, but for you to tell me that most high value men date similarly situated women, those men are not high value. High value men don't date women that are 29-year-old career women. High value men date 22-year-olds. They date 21-year-olds. They date women who are they don't date women who are career oriented. Like, again, I'm glad you have a career. I'm glad that you're good at what you do. But for right now, you made your choice. You can't have a career and a relationship of consequence with a high-value man. You might have a temporary relationship with a high-value guy. Like, he might fuck you for a little while, and that's that. And oh, by the way, like, I haven't seen you tell me anything about your figure. Like, you're very feminine, you're very sweet, you're in your career, you're an engineer, you meet a lot of wealthy men, but they don't want to take things to the relationship stage. Is it because you're overweight? Like, if you're overweight, then that's your problem. That's one of your problems. So yeah, that's how that is. Al with the $5 super chat says, I'm Eastern European. The emasculation of boys is why I never got along with my feminist teachers growing up. Eastern Europeans are red pill as fuck. Good for you. Good for you. French doing his best Fatal Fury with a little Fatal Fury reference there. Mark Laros, I appreciate you becoming a member of the chat. Welcome to Chat Privilege. Thank you very much. Broken Man says, my ex was raped, filmed a child pleasuring herself, and just said she was innocent. Wow. Whoa. Jesus fucking Christ, man. God damn. These are some fucked up shit, man. Dude, that is absolutely some fucked up shit. All right, let's go back to the phone lines. Got a caller calling from outside of the U.S. Number ends in 6048. You're on Live with Donovan. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, Donovan, what's up?
What's up, man?
Akametsu from Japan once again.
Hey, what's going on, dude?
Yeah, man. Trust me, you need to save this one for YouTube. This chat has so many truths, man. I don't even know where to start.
Okay.
Because what people don't understand, what guys need to understand, just what you're saying now, is that no Captain Save-A-Hole cannot save broken and damaged women.
That's right.
It's a never-ending job.
That's right.
That is the sign of infinity right there.
You're right, man. You're absolutely
That
right.
is
And
the
I always say
infinity
this.
mark right there. You would never stop working.
Listen, broken men can be fixed, okay? Broken women cannot be. Once a woman is broken, that's it. Like, there's nothing you can do for her or to her that will ever fix her.
That's right. And the sad part about it, look at it. And women need to understand that life isn't fair. Her criminal record makes her a no-no. Your criminal record is a turn-on.
That's right. That's right. If it's a red flag, if it's a
All the
red
time.
flag for them, it is a turn on for them. That's how it is. A woman with a criminal record, radioactive, right? A guy with a criminal record, not so much. Like, that's how that is. A woman with kids, undateable. A man with kids, definitely dateable. Like, the opposite, dude, like, sexual attraction is so asymmetrical. It's incredible that people haven't figured this out yet. Men with criminal records get better treatment and hotter women than men without them. That's how it is. That's how it is.
Yep. Yeah, I don't know if you remember a couple years back. There was this guy who had a criminal record who looked so hot that the news people couldn't stop talking about him, and he became a model.
Oh,
coming
Jeremy
out of
Meeks.
jail.
Jeremy Meeks. Yeah, the hot felon.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I remember him.
Yeah.
No, I
Yeah.
totally
And the sad
remember
thing
that. Oh, you still looks like he's still there. All right, well, I'm gonna put you on hold. Maybe you muted yourself. Let's go to area code 347. Area code 347. You're on live at Donovan. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
What's good, Donovan? This is Super Dude from Brooklyn. Again,
Super
how you
Dude, what's
doing?
going on, brother? Doing good, man.
All right, so you know, with the topic of women being raped and everything, I debated. The reason why I'm calling so late is I debated sharing this with your audience.
Okay.
Kind of personal, you know, and so I wanted to give a perspective that's very different on the damage that a woman who has been raped can do.
Okay.
If that's okay with you.
Yeah, go ahead.
So my mother, when she was about 12, was raped.
Oh, wow.
She snuck into a college party with her friend. She kind of didn't want to go, but her friend wanted to go. And both her and her friend were raped when they were about 12 years old.
12 years old. Jesus fucking Christ, man.
Yeah. Yeah,
God
she was
almighty.
she's a virgin and everything.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it's messed up. But what's crazy is all the destructive behaviors that you talk about, she got into it, right? And one of the things she did, naturally, she got into drugs. She got heavy into drugs. But
Of course.
she did drugs heavily and drank while pregnant with me.
Oh, wow.
I was sick my entire childhood, from I'd say from toddler to, I don't know, maybe 15, 16. You know what I mean?
Jesus Christ. Yeah, man. Yeah.
Asthma is what I had.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And yeah, I had close to 90. Well, we stopped counting at about 90 something hospitalizations. I'm not counting visits either. So we would have hospital visits to the ER approximately once a week back when I was small.
Man,
And
dude.
you know, I'd be hospitalized, I'd say probably once a month or so.
Jesus Christ, man.
From a toddler to a teenager, you know. And what was crazy is, my mother was so messed up in the head that she could never look me in the eye and tell me, you know what I mean, why I was so sick.
Yeah,
Because
right.
By the time, you know, I was about 4 or so, she found God. And that's how I, you know, we've had discussions before on about the Bible and this and that and everything. That's how I began to learn it. You know, I learned it because she was praised as this church single mom, blah blah blah.
Right, of
whatever.
course.
And then, right, and it's weird because around the age where I got big enough and tall enough to look her in the eye, you know what I mean? It was like our entire relationship shifted. And around that time, she left the church, and she became the woman she was before I was born. And I mean to tell you, she was fucking horrible, dude. Like,
Jesus
I
Christ,
can't get
man.
into, like, I'd rather not that's like I'd rather not. If it were personal one-on-one, I'd tell you some of the shit that I went through
Sure,
with her.
sure. No, I
But
got
I'm
you.
telling you, it was fucking horrendous, and I should have been removed from her care as a child.
There you
know
go,
what I'm saying?
man.
And,
Broken men can be fixed.
and-
Broken women cannot be fixed.
Well, it gets worse.
Oh,
that was
God.
around the time she became pregnant with my sibling.
Okay.
And I used to snatch cigarettes out of her mouth when she was smoked with my sister. She was
Oh,
pregnant with my
God.
sister. And I remember, like, I'll tell you when the beating stopped for that. Because I used to snatch her out of her mouth. I used to go through her purse. You know, I wouldn't steal her money or anything, but I'd crush up her cigarettes.
Sure.
And she did that one day in front of my grandmother's. She was either my grandmother's sister or cousin. It's hard keeping track with family.
Sure.
But she did that, and she chewed her up. She chewed her out. She was like, "What? After your son, after your only baby almost died so many times, you know, you out here smoking while pregnant again." Like, she chewed her apart. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
And even now today, like as a man, like you said, like like if you remember when I called you yesterday to talk about when I could hit a bitch raw.
Oh yeah.
One of the reasons why I never did is what I'm telling you right now, because like I said, I'm that scared of not getting a bitch pregnant. You know what I mean? Like around here, there's a lot of single moms, and a lot of these kids who grew up under single moms, they grew up with asthma. And I've been thinking a lot of them probably smoking while pregnant. You know
Dude,
what I mean?
every time.
So yeah, like a lot of people don't have the balls to say it. I fucking say it.
No,
These
of course.
bitches out here smoking while pregnant.
That's right.
Because the dudes ain't around to protect the children from the mom. You know what I mean? So
damn, dude.
I mean, what you're saying is absolutely 10,000% true.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Women
and-
who
and
have
what's
been
crazy
raped.
is
Hold on, real quick,
we-
and I want to reiterate this. Women who have been raped are damaged beyond repair. You're the third person who is calling up verifying this. Women who have truly been raped, they can't get out of their own way. Dude, it is one bad decision after the other. And the girl, dude, if a woman gets raped, it's not her fault. Like, if a man forces you to have sex against your will, I'm sorry for you, but you can't have anything to do with that. You just can't. Dude, they make bad decisions. It's almost as though they simply cannot exist without chaos in their lives. Go ahead.
Yeah. I was gonna add on that. There were problems with the birth with me, you know, naturally with my asthma.
Right.
With my younger sister, right, who, you know, even though I did everything I could to protect her, right, when she was born, she stopped breathing.
Oh.
And after that, my brother, when he was born, he had too many red blood cells. I don't know what the fuck caused that, but he had so many red blood cells that they had to drain red blood cells out of his blood and like replace it with more saline or plasma or water or whatever, so that it was more fluid. It was almost like a gel. You know what I mean? It's insane. Like it's just insane. So you cannot trust these bitches, because if you see these things, you gotta really pay attention to. I'm talking to the audience. I'm sorry, Don.
No, you're right.
If you gotta really pay attention to what Donovan's saying as far as what's going on with these women and these red flags and whatnot, because you get this chick. So like, I'll give you a perfect example. My till this day, I'm late 30s. I can look my father in the eye, and my father will tell me the truth. He'll tell me, "Look, I don't know if you're my son because I think your mother fucked my brother. Right?
Wow.
I'm sorry. I love you. Blah blah blah."
Oh
But
my God, dude.
you know, he'll look me in the eye and say that.
And he'll
shit.
tell you straight
My
up,
mother
God
cannot
damn,
look
what
me
a
in the eye.
mind job.
Yeah. My mother cannot look me in the eye and say, "This is why you were sick your whole life. This is why
Right.
you were rejected from the military. You wanted to go to the military. You got rejected because of asthma. This is why." Like, she can't be honest. She's
No,
this God-fearing, quote-unquote woman, and she can't even look me in the eye and tell me the truth.
Jesus
So,
Christ, man.
you got it. You understand where I'm coming
Yeah,
from? So
I'm with
it's
you.
like, so it's like, yeah. I just wanted to say that to the audience. And please keep doing what you're doing, Donovan.
Of course.
I'm letting you know, man, you're doing God's work. It's straight up biblical what you're doing. Like, I can open up scriptures and show you you're doing God's work, bro.
Well, I appreciate it, Super Dude in Brooklyn, and thanks for calling in and verifying this. It's interesting. Ian in Allentown was honestly confused. Like, well, listen, why is a woman who has been raped damaged beyond repair? We've had 3 people call in and tell us exactly why. Personal anecdotes, man. Personal anecdotes. Good call there. Good call. El Baracho with the $2 super chat says, keep up the good work. Karin with the $10 super chat says, I've seen suggestions that women focus on family first, then focus on their career later in life. It's never too late to build a career, but a family has a time limit. Bingo. Listen, man, if you want to satisfy your need to accomplish something, accomplish motherhood first, right? Have kids young. When they're out of the house, then maybe you can go to school to be an interior decorator. Maybe you've always had an interest in architecture, right? But you can't put the cart before the horse. Raise your kids first and then do the career thing. That's 100% right. Dude, you can start a career at any time. You can't have kids. There's a time limit on kids. Hence the typical term biological clock. Area code 302. Area code 302, you're on live at Donovan. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hello, my name's Emeno, and I live in Delaware.
Emeno in Delaware. What's up, brother?
I've been listening to you a lot recently, and your content is, you really do speak truth. Majority of these women are hoes. You know
Oh,
what I
yeah.
mean?
Yes, sir.
Especially where I live. Huh?
I said yes. You're 100% right.
Especially where I live, where I live. I don't know if you ever dated girls from Delaware, but they branch queen like insanely crazy. Like,
let me ask you something here.
Girls I've dated.
Hold on, real quick. I mean, how many?
Huh?
Let me ask you this: how many states have you lived in your life?
I've lived in 2.
And one was Delaware, and the other one was
Jersey. I lived in Jersey.
Jersey. Okay, I got news for you. Girls branch swing like crazy in every state, man. Like, dude, Delaware, North Dakota, New Mexico, Nevada. No, all women are like that. Maybe in Delaware they branch swing a little more openly, but I'm here to tell you, you're never going to move to a state where girls don't branch swing. Women branch swing as a matter of habit. This is how they operate.
Oh.
Yep, that's it. Yeah, listen, so if you're going to ask me, hey, Donovan, what state can I move to where girls don't branch swing? I got nothing for you, brah. I got nothing for you, man. Women branch swing in every state. Say again?
That's a reality check for me.
Yep, yes it is. Well, I appreciate the call. Amino in Delaware. Yeah, he said that's a reality check. Listen, man, and I get it. The dude lived in Delaware and Jersey, right? I mean, I live in PA, so Delaware and New Jersey are right next door. But yeah, listen, everybody, dude, if you call me from South Carolina, South Dakota, New York, it doesn't matter. Girls branch swing all the time. This is why Red Pill content resonates with so many men, because we all see this stuff all the time, every day, all the time. All the time. Area code 904. You're on live at Donovan. What's your name? Where are you calling from? I'm not laughing at you, 904. Fitness philosopher says women even branch swing in Antarctica. I'll bet you they fucking do. Go ahead, 904. What you got, man?
Hey, this is Jay. Can you hear me?
I sure can. Where are you calling from, Jay?
Hey, I'm calling from the Jacksonville area up in Northeast Florida.
Good stuff.
And I'm a first-time caller at any kind of show, so thanks for doing your work, man.
Absolutely, of course. Thank you.
I just want to tell everyone as a service, I'm a 50-year-old man. After I got married about 6 years into it, actually about 10 years into it, found out I was married to a borderline personality disorder woman.
Oh, damn, that sucks.
And I have been trying to get her out of my life for 9 years.
Oh, my God. How long have you been married to her, Jay?
I was married to her. Let's see, I've known her. Let's see, I was at the time I was married to her about 12 years when I divorced her.
Okay.
Now I kicked her out of my house. In 2011. And
Okay.
I found out she was not being faithful. I had a 3-year-old boy with her. Okay.
Oh boy.
And you ready for this? You ready?
Go ahead,
She's a
man.
church goer.
Of course she is. Of course she goes to church,
Okay.
right?
Okay. So here's I'm going to try. I'm doing this phone call because I heard so many men tell you about the damaged goods in the church goers. All right, let me tell you. Do not fall for what the lies that the borderlines tell you.
Oh, wow.
When all your callers call in, now I've been through this. I've been divorced for almost 5 years, and she won't leave me alone.
Oh, wow.
She will use my son to try and attack me.
Of course. Of course.
Hadn't dated no one for like 5 years. Finally got a girlfriend, classy woman. All right, and then when she can't have no one being happy.
Right.
And so
right.
what happened is she started using my son, who's a great straight A kid, started using him as the only way to tie into me, and started lying to him and doing mental abuse to him. Right.
Oh man, that's unfortunate, dude.
So now I'm in court trying to shut her down and to go get my boy back to save my boy.
Yeah, good. Fight that fight, man.
So I want to inspire you guys, man, because I'm the old guy in the room. I think I'm 50 years old, right?
Well, you'd be surprised, Jay. You'd be surprised. I have a very large cross section of men of all ages. I have men who watch. I have men from age 15 all the way up to age 80 who watch me. So you're actually one of the whippersnappers in the room.
Okay, good, because I don't hear that very much. I'm in construction, and I'm always the old guy on the job site.
Oh, there you go.
So yeah, I own my own business. So in one night, when I was tired of the crazy stuff, I did a little research, found out what was going on. I lost the mother to my child.
Oh man.
I lost the vice president of my company. I own my own company.
Okay.
Right. And of course, I lost what little miserable existence of a wife I had. I kicked her all out at the same time, and she never came back again. All right.
Damn.
Fortunately for me, the way I'm made up, once you're faithful to me, I'm hardwired. We're done.
That's it.
So
I don't want anything to do with you. I'm the same way.
Yeah, before they caught it. But I was in blue pill the whole time this was going on. I was a product of the demasculation that's been going on with men since about 1100 AD.
Yeah, something like that.
Everyone to read, when they started the stake in military chivalry for courtship chivalry, and ever since then, combined with men's instinct to beg for pussy, we've all just handed all these women our balls.
Yep, that's it.
I want to tell you guys, man, I'm a 50-year-old white guy. I had to struggle with a single mom growing up. I was one of 4 kids living in a garage.
Oh, man.
These problems of all races, all colors, worldwide.
That's right.
And my heart just goes out to these guys. Like that one guy you just called in said he told his wife that he kissed the girl and she was BPD.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Brian and Charlotte.
Yeah, brother, let me tell you something. Please, I hope you're still hearing. Listen to me. Now, like Donovan says, trust and believe.
That's right.
Run.
Right? Get out of there.
I know, Pete, I'm calling because men need something to do. They need something to believe in and need somebody to love.
That's right.
And those 3 things we get in our life will be okay. And how you get those, you're helping a lot of people out. And you got to have something to believe in, man. You got to have something to do. And so I'm trying to help these guys who've been through this crap. I've been trying to get rid of this borderline for 10 years.
Oh, God.
Okay?
Jesus Christ. She's like a pimple on your ass that won't go away.
There's a book out there called Say Goodbye to Crazy. Ever heard of it?
No. That sounds great.
Okay. I'm not getting no plug off this, but I'm going to say it again for all your boys out there. Say Goodbye to Crazy. Google that title.
I'm doing it right now.
Psychologist named Dr. Okay, it's a psychologist named Dr. Paul Elam. He's a MRA genius.
Yes, I know who Paul Elam is. He is actually the I'm very familiar with who Paul Elam is. I'm actually putting the link, the Amazon link to this Say Goodbye to Crazy in the chat, because that is very, very good information there. I'll give you the last word, Jay.
All right, thank you, man. I don't mean to ramble on.
No, you're okay.
But this is near and dear to my heart. I'm near and dear to my heart. And it is the street level step-by-step guide to do the 3 things you got to do to save your ass and to save your kid's ass. And it's called this, the 3 Ds. Detach from her ass, disengage from her, don't talk to her.
Right.
And 3, stop back, build up your defenses, and prepare to defend because she's going to come at you.
Wow.
So, the 3 Ds. The 3Ds, baby. And so I'll say that I don't want to burn up all your callers' time, but I just want to say what you're saying about the borderline the borderlines,
yeah,
and the girls that have been raped.
Mhm.
Absolutely 100%. Do not fall for the rape stories from the borderline.
I'm trying to tell you.
99% of the time, it's a boy to
There
throw
you
you
go.
off.
There it is. There it is, man. Listen, and wise words there. Go ahead.
Just because they said they're raped
Does not mean
man,
they were
once
raped.
you dig in, and I've spent years digging in, man, you got to watch out. A lot of it they brought on themselves, and they just twisting it all up.
That's right.
And everything they say, man, is deceitful, buddy.
Well, Jay in Jacksonville, I appreciate you calling in. The book is called "Say Goodbye to Crazy." It's by Paul Elam. He's definitely probably the most famous men's rights activist there ever was. Great call there by Jay in Jacksonville. Walker Jones with the $5 super chat says, "Crazy stories today. One of your best streams, Donovan, and thanks to all the callers. Pretty amazing. All your willingness to share that kind of pain." Yeah, listen, the callers today have been the star of the show. You guys have shared some pretty intimate details about your upbringing, man. But again, it's good that you guys are sharing this stuff, because I'm not just up here just talking about this stuff because I want to sound cool on the air. No, I say this stuff because it is true. I'm not just up here parroting off of what anybody else says. I have experience with this shit. I have lived this shit. $2 super chat from Kenneth Ewing. Appreciate that. Merciless6 with the $5 super chat says, "We got hot female married teachers, quote, tricking young boys. When boys are suckered in by the MILF, it's treated like a rite of passage, unfortunately." Very, very well said. I agree with that 100%. Lewis Hall with the $2 super chat said, 51 here and had only crazy thoughts all my damn life. Aren't they all? Aren't they all? Somebody asked in the chat, give me 1 second. Edward Patton says, "Are all church-goers hoes, though?" Edward, let me look into the camera. Yes. Church-going women are 100% hoes until you can verify that they're not. Church hoes are guilty until proven innocent. All women are like that, including church hoes. Now listen, don't fool yourself into thinking that you're going to find a good, wholesome woman at a church. Church women are the worst. They are absolutely the worst. Yes, all church women are hoes until proven otherwise. Straight up. Straight up. All right, let us go to area code 443. Area code 443, you are on live with Donovan. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good afternoon, Mr. Sharpe. My name is Brian, and I'm calling from Baltimore.
Hey, Brian, how you doing, man?
Doing just fine. I wanted to share a quick story with the chat. I'm 20 years old, a black man who found the red pill at about the age of 18.
Oh, wow,
when my
good for
life
you.
was most confusing, and women are most confusing too. Man, let me tell you a thing or two, Donovan. First off, this past year, 2019, I've traveled from Baltimore to Florida and ended up in Utah using the red pill on women my age and a little bit older. And I would just like to say it works phenomenally. There is literally no age bracket that this does not work in.
Nope, you're right. You're right. It works on women of all ages, man.
Correct. I think your best quote is that women are a slave to their biological imperatives.
That's right.
Man, Donovan. Not to brag, but as you can tell, I'm pretty well spoken.
Oh, yeah.
I was raised a nice male, kind of like Kenny from the episode of Love Is Blind that we just recently watched. Right?
Okay, all right.
Every male starts off like that, I feel, right? Man, used to get my heart stomped on, spit on, crushed, set on fire, all of it. You Google these things, you're wondering why women are like this. Is it you? Is it them? Is it the world? What is the information that you're getting that's not leading you to the pussy, essentially, right? Because that's what we're here for. Where's that pussy? We're not getting it. Now, as soon as I started using your advice, started treating women like shit, started being the asshole that I was protecting women from that white knight.
There you go.
I can't tell you.
They treat you better than they've ever treated you in their life, haven't you?
I'm sorry, what did you say?
I said they treat you better than they've ever been. They treat you better now than they've ever treated you in your life now, don't they?
Almost certainly. I have a girl wrapped up in me from Utah. That was my most recent expedition. Still texting me, still telling me she loves me.
Wow.
All of this nonsense. And I must say, that was my most successful relationship, and I was not the nicest person to her. You
Of course
feel
not.
kind of bad in the beginning,
Right.
but as soon as you let that go, your life becomes so much better.
Listen, I totally agree, man. And thanks for the call, Brian in Baltimore. Brian in Baltimore is the quintessential example of a guy who is ready for the red pill, right? Like, he's mature enough to handle what the red pill sort of offers him. Kid is 20 years old. Dude, he's going to take over the world, man. He has the world at his feet, dude. He really, really does. Area code 417, you're on Live at Donovan. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Don Damage. This is John in Joplin. How are you?
What's going on, dude?
So, it's very ironic that the guy you were just talking to, I have a question for you. It's more based off of the call from yesterday.
Okay.
Do you believe that a person who is 15, 16, 17 years old can actually be red pill? And the reason why I ask this question, red pill is like wisdom from men.
Right.
Wisdom is knowledge plus experience.
Right.
If they have the knowledge from listening to people like yourself, to Coach Greg Adams, but they don't have the life experience, are they truly red pill, or are they more like red pill in training at that point?
That's a very good question, and I think you answered the question. They are red pill in training. And I'll tell you something else, John. The men who are the most staunch advocates of red pill truth and awareness, these are the men who have gone through it themselves. The most adamant supporters of living the red pill life, men like myself, who have fought those battles, who have been through those fires, who have been through the shit. But a 15-year-old who has essentially been red-pilled is very, very fortunate. He is even more fortunate to be taught these lessons instead of having to have them learned. You see, men, we have to learn lessons 9 times out of 10, meaning we have to actually experience it. They say experience is the best teacher. Every once in a while, a young person gets taught something, they don't have to go out and learn it because they see the proof. The writing is on the wall. The proof is in the pudding. If I was red-pilled at the age of 15, I probably would have still made the same mistakes because I'm the kind of guy, well, I got to see if this works for myself. I've been told that women are a certain way my entire life. Now here I am at 15 years old. I've been living a lie. I don't quite believe it because everything around me is still telling me what the opposite of the truth is. So I would have gone and stumbled and fallen. And I think, truthfully, John, I think that's probably the case with a lot of young people. A lot of young guys, thanks to the advent of the internet, are exposed to red pill truth in some way, shape, or form. Most of the time, especially if they're young, they probably think to themselves, okay, it sounds like it makes sense. And I see some of the proof around me, but literally everybody else, except for these crazy guys on these red pill talk shows, say that it's one way. So who do I believe? Do I believe the majority or do I believe the minority? And at some point, young people have to say, listen, I got to see for myself if it's for real. The first time they get their nose bloodied, it might not be enough. Listen, man, it took me 4 watershed relationships to finally get it through my thick skull that you should not treat women well who don't deserve to be treated well. And I was 32 years old. I can't listen. And maybe a young person has an advantage because they haven't been lied to for as long, right? Like I'm 42 years old. I was lied to for over 3 decades. That's why as soon as I saw red pills, I was like, well, boom, well, this must be it. Like we all have that inside. But somebody who's 14, 15, 16 years old hasn't really been around that long. Oh, okay. So this is why girls act this way. All right, well, if they're saying do it this way, then I'll do it this way. Some young people can be taught. Unfortunately, most people who are really, really red pill aware have to learn those lessons. So that is a very good question, and I think you answered it. When you are red pilled from a young age, you are definitely red pill in training because you can't truly be red pilled until you have that experience.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Absolutely, man. Thank you for the call, John. I think he said his name was John in Joplin, Missouri. John in Joplin, Missouri. I don't think he said he was from Joplin. I'm not really 100% sure about that. We close out the show and answer the rest of these super chats when we come back. Don't go anywhere, guys. We'll be right back. You're watching TSR Live with Donovan Sharpe. Tune in weekday afternoons at 3:30 p.m. Eastern, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Get access to content not found anywhere else on patreon.com/DonovanSharpe. Past shows, the archive, Sharpe Shorts, and Ask Donovan Q&A. Get exclusive access to my own platform, Sharpe Stream, where I break down shows like Love is Blind, 90 Day Fiancé, The Bachelorette, and much more. Get huge discounts on all of my courses like How to Master the Game, How to Build a Quality Woman from the Ground Up, and Womanese 101. You can also get your hands on the videos and podcast episodes banned on SoundCloud, Vimeo, and YouTube. Get access to an ocean of content found only on patreon.com/DonovanSharpe. The link is in the description. So I'm going to answer the rest of the super chats, then we are going to go ahead and close out the show. This has been a hell of a show, guys. This has been a hell of a show. Probably one of the best shows I've had to date. And I think the reason why this has been such a great show is because of the experiences, the callers calling in saying, hey, Donovan, what you said about number 7, absolutely true. And I think the focal point of today was the question that Ian in Allentown led off the show with. Hey, why is it that women who have been raped are damaged beyond repair? Well, we absolutely know. We absolutely know why. We've had guys calling in and giving us their stories about why they know that a woman who has truly been raped or says she's been raped, damaged beyond repair. All right, let me answer the rest of these super chats here. Kelvin Ortiz, I appreciate you becoming a member of the chat. Thank you very much. Love C with the $2 super chat. She says, at 29, should I start dating men who are 40 plus? Love C, I would date any man who pays you attention. That's what I would do. Listen, you're 29 years old, so it's not like you got to act fast, because at 29, man, you're not going to be preferred by preferred men. But if you stay thin, if you stay kind, if you stay deferent, listen, if you're the right kind of woman, the right kind of man will find you. And at this point, it's not really about age. Like, just because you're 29 doesn't mean you have to start dating men who are 40 plus, right? You could meet the man of your dreams and he might be 35 years old. But I think what you need to understand is that it's not on you to go out and find a man, right? Like, you don't need to go on dating sites. You don't need to go out there and try to make it happen. No. If you are the right kind of woman, the right kind of man will find you. If you're thin, dude, if you're in good shape, if you're feminine, if you're kind, if you're good company, if you have a decent head on your shoulders, if you're not a bitch, trust me, men are going to find you. You don't have to be on any dating apps or dating shows or whatever the case may be. High-value men are very, very good at spotting high-value women. So you don't need to target 40-plus-year-old men. You just need to live your life. Live your life, you know, the way it needs to be lived. Make yourself available. Be feminine. Like I said, if you're living your life the right way, if you're not sleeping around, if you're not a bitch, the right man will absolutely find you, for sure. For sure. Edward Patton with the $10 super chat says, well, thank you for answering the church question for me, but I'm 25 and an electrical engineer who works in shipbuilding in Virginia. Where do I look for quality women? Oh, wow. That question. Edward, you're not going to find a quality woman, okay? What you have to do is you're going to have to find a woman that has qualities that you can cultivate, and then you train her to be a quality woman. Women don't come ready-made for relationships anymore, guys. Mothers used to teach their daughters how to cook, how to clean, how to take care of a man. Mothers don't do that anymore. Mothers don't teach girls how to not be sluts. Mothers encourage their daughters to be sluts now. Like, this is the way it is. No, it's on us now to turn a woman into a quality woman. You know, listen, I can't tell you, go to XYZ spot and you'll find a quality woman. No, the best you can hope for, and this sounds bleak, but it's true. The best you can hope for is finding a woman who has qualities that you like, that isn't a super slut, that actually wants to be in a relationship with you and is open to training. And at that point, you have to have the chops to be able to do that. But I can't tell you, hey, you should go XYZ place to find a quality woman, because I don't know. I don't know. Dude, you can't go to church to find a quality woman. You can't. That's just the way it is. That's the way it is, man. Kelvin Ortiz with the big $50 super chat says, I'm a 20-year-old guy dating a 17-year-old girl. What she says she doesn't match what she does, as most women, but in a good way. She supports feminism, but in practice, she's very submissive and absolutely follows my lead. Can she be salvaged? Of course she can. She's only 17, right? Like, unless she has any deal breaker characteristics, like she's been raped, or molested. All right, so she supports feminism. She's only 17. She didn't even know what the fuck feminism is. Yeah, she can absolutely be salvaged. Absolutely. VV with the €2 super chat says, how do I detect BPD in a girl? She won't say it. I don't know, VV. I have no idea. I'm not a doctor. I do know that a lot of guys will self-diagnose. Well, listen, I'd had a BPD girlfriend. You don't know that, right? Like ever since Rollo Tomasi came out with his borderline personality disorder article, now every man thinks that every girl is BPD. Borderline personality girls are very BPD girls are very, very rare. Now, it may seem like girls have BPD because they're insufferable, but a woman who is a true BPD, my guess is that it would be easy to spot. I don't know what the symptoms are. Go to WebMD, find out. That's all I can offer you. Freelance Ronin with the $5 super chat says, church is the used thought dealership. These women have more baggage than an airport, more mileage than an 82 Pinto, and a body count higher than John Wick. Freelance Ronin is the original TSROG, dropping the knowledge. I appreciate that. Oh my god, that is fucking hilarious. But he's right. He's absolutely right, man. All right, let's see if I missed any. All right, good shit, man. Black and Travel says, I think it... Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. I think I did miss Black and Travel super chat. Hang on a second. I saw it up there. Where the hell did it go? I remember seeing it. Give me a second, guys. Where the hell did it go? Harold Bain, Kevin Ortiz, Edward Patton. Oh, Black and Travel. Oh, $5 super chat says, my apology for holding the line up. Donovan is prophet. He should open up the Church of Red Pill Life-Saving Ministry, man. Yeah, right? That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Yeah, actually, Black and Travel, I actually saw that you were still on the line. Like, even after, like, you went silent and I put you on hold. I don't know. I don't know what happened. It's kind of weird. That's how that goes. Hashtag these hoes ain't loyal. Coming up directly after the show, I will be doing the Love is Blind breakdown number 30. We're going to be talking now. The Love is Blind breakdown number 30. We are into the we're going to be into the reunion. The reunion, and Devin has watched the reunion, and she says, "Buckle up, because it is absolutely positively going to be they're going to be fireworks for sure. They're fireworks for sure." C-Dub with the $5 super chat says, big indicators of borderline personality disorder, multiple jail stints, drug abuse, psychological medication and prescriptions, and mental health hospitalizations. Okay. All right. Very good. All right. Well, there you go, man. There you go. I appreciate clarifying that for us. Yeah, I'm not a doctor. I just know that a lot of guys are like, yeah, my girlfriend was BPD. A lot of times they're not. Oh, pardon me. All right, good stuff. Well, that is going to do it for this edition of TSR Live. Many thanks to all of my super chatters. Ian in Allentown, Jerry in Trinidad, Mr. Darkman, the Neg 1, Chris, Brian, Donovan, Black and Travel, Akametsu, Super Dude, Amino in Delaware, Jay in Jacksonville, Brian, and John. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.